All right. Do some cleanup. All right. See how far we get today with the Sesame Street set. I'm already missing two pieces. Um, I'm actually missing a correct color piece, and I am missing another piece. I had to use something in place of it, but it's hard to see. But this set I am putting stickers on, so good news there, I guess. All right. All right, this is where we are so far. And if you see this yellow piece right here, it's because that's what I'm missing the correct color. I got that piece instead. Also, on the inside here, it's hard to see because it's part of underneath the address atop the door. There's a piece that comes down. Let's see here. I don't know if you can see it. That piece right there. And I replaced it with just a 1x1 yellow stud. So I am missing that piece. I looked at reviews of this online before building this, and that was a common complaint with this set. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if this makes, if that helps or not, the light. A few bags. Two number 3 bags. And let me sort this out. Oh, good. Ernie comes in here. Here's Ernie's head. Looks a lot of windows for this one. And that's an interesting piece. I've never seen that one before. Use all the window glass. Little sink element for faucets. Yes. And here's Bernie's legs. I'm sorry, not Ernie, Bernie. Ernie, not Bernie. Although his legs don't move, but he's shorter than Bert. So, oh boy. All right, and these two smaller bags. This one has the rubber ducky. Here's the rubber ducky. Alexa, play 12:10 a.m.
1210 WPHT from Odyssey.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah, it's all good. I need somebody who's been to the Masters. I wanted to go. Luke and I were going to go. Just couldn't go. Apparently, it's a lot hillier than you see on TV. And this is something that attracts the average fellow and the casual fan, or not even casual. And I think it's because it's at the same place every year. If you notice, there's no craziness going on here. It's like, well, they just kicked out a guy, Calcavecchi, who won the British Open because he had a phone with a dust. You're out, buddy. I'm a major tournament winner. You're out. Yeah, if you didn't win this one, that's right. Did they do it to Nicholas? Yeah, they might even say, Jack, we're surprised you're banned for next year. All right, so the Masters is a little bit, I need somebody that's been there. Is it that unnatural? Does it look just great, perfect, perfection with a little hint of natural? All right, right now, though, God knows what's on today's agenda with the sports team. It's time for Funny Melody. All right, today we're playing for a copy of Scott Jennings' great book, A Revolution of Common Sense, How Donald Trump Stormed Washington and Fought for Western Civilization. All right, Henry.
Yeah, Don. So today on the side we're asking for, those rules or things you just don't like in sports.
Right.
So I figured I'd make it kind of a sports team today. How about I give you a musician, a band that were pretty good athletes back in the day. So as a band, this band actually, when they were in high school, they were cross-country state champions in Arizona.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then as an individual, their lead man is a scratch golfer. He's regarded as one of the best, amateur celebrities out there. Never played in a big tournament or anything, but he often plays 36 holes a day, and gets in over 300 rounds a year. So I'm going to play you this rock star, cross-country champion turned golfer.
All right, there's one door.
I want to know the name of this rock star covering Jimi Hendrix's Fire.
And I forgot to put the doorknob on.
Yeah, baby.
This is the type of guy you want teeing off in those scenarios where you're in front of a crowd because you know he's going to hit it straight. I want the name of this rock star who's also a scratch golfer.
I didn't know. I know who I think it is, but I don't know the scratch. Okay. Hit us with that. You get the book, you get the belt for today. And do it quickly. Come on. Once, get Henry, not 3 or 4 long answers.
I've been doing any foreign covers lately.
Yeah, no, but I mean, you've been on a roll. Nobody's gotten it pretty quickly here at all. 855-839-1210. Hey, by the way, the Attorney General woke up in California announcing $267 billion stolen from taxpayers in a fraud ring. Oh, finally. Why didn't you see this a while ago? Well, the reason is because we found it. We were going to reveal it, Dr. Oz, and now you had to do it. 855-839-1210. Let's get a winner here on Talk Radio 1210.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Barrier Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize the song for you. Catered coaching center, Liberty Mutual, saving your bucks by protecting your truck. Custody told me to always pay for what I do. Thank you, Leland. Always trust in Leland with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hbroofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hbroofs.com.
Hard Rock is built on service, from Atlantic City to hotels and cafes around the world. The Hard Rock Back Casino app, that's no different.
When you want to withdraw your money, it's secure. Get paid ASAP. And when you need help, it's available 24/7. Real service is right here in Jersey.
Roll with the Hard Rock Back Casino app, a name you trust. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC. All rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credits. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey to play. Bet what you had, not over it. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
10 complaints this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spins game. I implore you to pull back on the rewards, running from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. Maybe we should reward her with a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary. Void where rated. It must be 21 plus. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino app.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade. Dan Carney. Okay, I know we never actually left, but I'll understand we are back with another season of Fly on the Wall. Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities. And every Monday, you're stuck with me and Dana, and we react to news, what's trending, viral clips. Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Hi, it's Dawn. Springtime. I'm going to make this easy for you. Stop looking for lawn care service. Choose my lawn care company, Natural Lawn of America. Natural Lawn delivers great results and is safer for your family and your pets. At Natural Lawn, they don't believe in using harsh chemicals. Instead, their environmentally friendly products grow lush, green lawns naturally. From organic fertilizers to safer weed and insect controls, they make sure your lawn thrives naturally, season after season. You don't have to just take my word for it. Homeowners everywhere are making the switch, and Natural Lawn's proven eco-friendly approach and just loving the results. Get started today. Schedule Natural Lawn's full service program. You get free seeding every year for greener, healthier lawn, plus free seeding. 800 free seeds. This deal is limited. Time's running out. Don't delay. Choose my lawn care company. 800 free seeds. Natural Lawn of America. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed. Tell Lawn sent you.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
It's the Money Melody. That's a money. Show me.
All right, let's hear today's clue. This guy's a scratch golfer. Let's hear.
Scratch golfer and cross-country state champion of high school.
All right, let's go to Mike in South Jersey. Who is it, Mike?
That would be Alice Cooper, I believe.
That's who I was going to answer, Henry, but because I knew about the golfing week, and he plays every day apparently. Nicely played, Mike, but I didn't know he was scratched. I think that's a little bit.
I mean, you play 36 holes a day, you better be a scratch golfer.
Being scratched. I got to see that.
Well, I mean, he launched his own golf line this year too, so
Yeah.
I feel like you can't do that if you stink.
Yeah. No, I don't think it stinks. But I could see like a 5 or something like that, which is remarkable. Scratch is, yeah, that guy's, would like to see it. All right, the Attorney General in California says they secured 51 hospice pleadings, bringing $267 million. I'm looking at a story from Yahoo. One hospice doctor in California, in 1 year, $71.7 million worth of Medicare claims he made. And he says he works around the clock. He's giving care. How dare you? Imagine this guy, one guy, putting in for $71.7 million of Medicare claims. And we had Dave Sunday on. It was a great interview with him. The guy's doing a heck of a job, Attorney General in Pennsylvania, talking about Medicaid and how ferocious it is to try to contain this. The fraud right here in Pennsylvania. Now, this is the right thing to do on the part of Republicans, and it's also politically gold. Go after every state, go to Jersey next, let's get into Pennsylvania, let's get into Philadelphia, and a lot of it are these outfits with Medicaid that say you're a family member, you can care for the family member and get paid. Apparently, several of them say that's something that's right with all kinds of corruption. So California finally acting here. And I think the reason's obvious why they're acting. Let's go to Phil in Delaware. Phil is next in on Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Happy New Year. How's things going?
Good, Phil.
A few things real quick before I share my answer. One, that guy, Alante, he's gold. He's amazing.
Yeah, spotted him that first time, Phil, and me and Son Henry, we got to get this guy. This guy is alive in Philadelphia. You see, they've taken the 2-minute rule and made it a minute because of him. My God.
They tried that with me and City Council in Delaware, and they said it's up to the chairperson's discretion. I said, there's no other community members here. Why can't you give me an extra minute?
Yeah.
Well, we're pressed for time.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
Then the other couple things, Sarah McBride. I had emailed her once and asked her, does she plan on having any children?
Did
And
you
she
get
said,
your
she said, you're rude.
Of course. Yeah, imagine calling others out for performative politics. Her whole thing is that.
Yep, and with Mike Johnson, a suggestion, does he have any steps in if they're going to keep playing games with the straight up Ruse, does he have any steps that he plans on taking rather than just all or nothing?
I'll ask that, and tomorrow, we're gonna drill down with him too, because he's in the catbird seat. We're getting close to the
I'm missing
68 thing.
windows
Congress
for
will
this.
involve Fetterman is a no vote on Congress getting involved, which speaks well of him, and allowing the president to finish the job here, but yeah, I'm gonna ask him about those.
As usual, he's a gold mine too. And without Sharpton, again, you are my hero. You at least got 4 seconds. I was at an event and probably the only Caucasian. I was in the reception line to shake his hand, and all of a sudden he sees me in line and then starts heading for the buffet.
He is, the buffet, he is a difficult guy. What's your size?
By the way, gas is 2 cents cheaper. It's $4.17 today than yesterday.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. We need a few more people to tell us across the board here in Pennsylvania too. What's your side today, Phil?
Side is, I am tired of paying $20 for a 12-ounce beer at the stadiums. It's outrageous.
Yeah, that is one of the highest types. I mean, the ball game, baseball particularly, and the beer, and the price range on this is just beyond belief. Particularly when a lot of these facilities are taxpayer supported to build them one way or the other. Okay, you can get in on that at 855-839-1210. Today's the day that the Astrodome opened. That's our friend. There's something wrong. We have some great ones on Twitter too. Or maybe it's a person that you'd like to take a look at here. 855-839-1210. That's the way to that's called Toast. It knows, or at least it has software that a lot of restaurants and others use about tipping. And it's got a couple of interesting things in here. Here's the question. They asked it, and I'll tell you what they said on Reddit, people tipping. Now that leans left. With the no tax on tips, are people going to be generous because they realize that it'll help people that are definitely middle class, lower middle class? Or some of these people on Reddit saying, no, there's no tax on tip. So I don't have to give 20% or anything like that because you're getting this windfall over here with the no tax on tips. And the no tax on tips, let's be fair about it, has not worked yet to be like, oh my God, people are seeing the wisdom of this and they're thinking, who is it that was against this and wouldn't pass it? Democrats. So when does all this stuff of the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax, certain parts of Social Security, when does it kick in? I'm waiting. April 15th is coming. You know, is this going to not be a big thing, even though it's spectacular what's happened here? 855-839-1210, you get on board.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Barrier Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Hard Rock is built on service, from Atlantic cities to hotels and cafes around the world. The Hard Rock Bet Casino app, that's no different.
When you want to withdraw your money, it's secure. Get paid ASAP. And when you need help, it's available 24/7. Real service is right here in Jersey.
Roll with the Hard Rock Bet Casino app, a name you trust. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC. All rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credits. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey to play. Bet what you had, not over it. Gambling problem?
All right.
100 gambler.
Missing too much stuff here. That's not good.
Has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
10th complaint this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spins game. I implore you to pull back on the rewards, friend from accounting.
Making notes.
We should reward her.
Already missing 4 pieces.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Must be 21 plus. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino app.
Some crimes are so shocking, they don't just make headlines, they forever change our society. I'm Katie Rain, host of America's Most Infamous Crimes. Each week, I take on one of the most notorious criminal cases. Each case unfolds across multiple episodes, released every Tuesday through Thursday, from the first time that something was wrong to the moment the truth came out or it didn't. Listen to and follow America's Most Infamous Crimes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Hey, Dawn Stensland here. I hope you join me for a special evening in Montgomery County Republican Committee's spring reception Thursday, April 30th. I'll be sitting down for an exclusive interview with Victoria Coates, Vice President of National Security and Foreign Policy at the Heritage Foundation and former advisor to President Trump. The evening begins with a VIP cocktail hour at 6 at Presidential Caterers in East Norton. Be part of an important night. RSVP by April 15th. Visit the Montgomery County GOP. Reserve your spot today.
Now back to the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
This is Talk Radio 1210 WPAT.
All right, you know what? I don't know where this is coming from. Can you dip into Fox 10 just for a second? First Lady suddenly is at the White House saying never been friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
For these unfound and baseless lies with success, and will continue to maintain my sound reputation without hesitation. To date, several individuals and companies have been legally obligated to publicly apologize and retract their lies about me, such as David East, James Carville, and Harper Collins, UK. Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone. Several prominent male executives resigned from their powerful positions after this matter became widely politicized. Of course, this doesn't amount to guilt, but we still must work openly and transparently to uncover the truth. I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims the opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record. Then, and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
All right, there's First Lady Melania Trump out of nowhere. We knew she was going to speak today, but out of nowhere, addressing the Epstein thing. I'm not even sure, how many minutes it was, but A, never been friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and B, let's have full testimony of the women in Congress. All right, putting that out here. So again, not sure in the middle of this what's driving this all of a sudden. It was quite a historic, and Fox is saying the same thing I'm thinking in real time here. The Epstein files thing still going on. Yeah. The lame argument, we went to war with Iran because of the Epstein file. It's endless, but it is the thing that is endless because we have not, she's right, gotten the full accounting of this. So the premise of bringing up some of the outfits, there were lawsuits threatened, et cetera. They had to respond and say, no, falsehood is what Flotus saying here, never been friends with Epstein, and these publications were wrong. But calling upon Congress now to have the victim group testify. I was unaware this was going to go down today or where it came from, but it just happened at the White House. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out with the war as a backdrop. You know, immediately people on the other, oh, she's doing it now because we're subsumed with the war, so nobody will pay attention to it. Okay.
So,
No matter
print
what is
piece.
done, you're going to hear some ulterior motive that can't be proven. Now, we'll stay on this because I knew she was speaking at 2:30, but it wasn't clear on what. Epstein again, even in the middle of this war. Let's go to Joe in Exton. And Joe, you're on Talk Radio 1210. Hi, Joe.
Yes, hello, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joe.
I played tennis throughout my high school and college years, and I prefer watching professional tennis being played by two members of the same sex rather than being played by opposite sex.
All right. I don't know that happens that much, but we got you for that. Thanks, Joe. I'm not sure what reference. There was a trans tennis player in the women's team.
That's what I asked. That's why I asked.
Yeah,
the
Renee's something, I think, but I don't think she won a whole lot. So, you know, that hasn't really come down in that. So,
question. I
okay.
thought it was going to get shot in the tennis.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. All right. So, again, I can't emphasize this enough. We're trying to process it right now out of nowhere. Well, the issue is speaking today. We thought it was some White House initiative. The First Lady comes into, I'm not sure if that's where the president sometimes speaks, and says, just wanted to say, maybe the trigger was some of these organizations now have apologized, rescinded this, that she was a friend of Epstein, you know, the argument she was involved with this. All right, so she got that, and then she pivots, calling upon Congress to bring in all the survivors for testifying. Again, just kind of out of the blue here. I will process it as far as on the war front. The big thing, and these things we won't know a little more until Saturday. Just as we expected, the Iranians are sort of complying with the Strait of Hormuz, where they're allowing some ships in, most of them Iranian, to go through, and the others very halting, to put it mild. On the issue of the red line, though, they're going to have to help us dig or allow us to dig down and get that nuclear material. I don't see them doing that in a million years. So we're back to what's the big hope come Saturday will come out of that. And the hope is they do the same rope-a-dope thing again and again and again. That's why this is so maddening to deal with them year after year after year. And there's still some rocket fire, sporadic here and there going on. But on paper, the ceasefire is holding. The market has been good. We had EJ and Tony based on hope, particularly coming off yesterday was enormous. What's the path out of here? I don't see the leverage where Trump can say to the American people, I mean, he could say today, the world is safer. And we're on watch. If we have to do it again, we will. Other than that, though, what is it? We have made the infrastructure almost impossible for the next 5 years to develop a nuclear weapon. I think that's pretty solid. But they still have the enriched uranium. We have eyes on it. So it becomes a cost analysis. Was all this worth it? I would say yes. But how do you get out of this now with these loose ends? The Strait of Hormuz. What are we going to do when they're slowing everything down? All right, let's go to Zenos. Zenos is on Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Zenos.
Good afternoon, darling. Christos Anesti to you again.
Thank you very
40
much.
days.
Thank you. Thanks.
And my 40 days, so it's a week after that.
Okay.
I just want to make a comment on this clown, what's his name, Jeffries. You know what I got out of him? that he's gonna help all the illegal aliens. There's no meritocracy, you know, there's no achievements, there's no nothing. And you know what? I could go to Mars and talk to a Martian, and as soon as they open their mouth when they're talking about inclusivity and all that, you know it's a left-wing Martian.
Well, yeah, I mean, what he said couldn't withstand cross-examination, particularly equity. In their definition, equity means equal outcomes, not equality. That's the whole thing.
Exactly, Tom. It's like everybody getting a trophy.
Yes.
You know,
exactly.
and for that to me, that is talk of division. And that other clown, Sharpton, you know, he's saying, well, we were slaves, you know, get over it. He should get over it because my people were slaves. We got over it. And you don't want to practice the 4th of July? I mean, what's wrong with these people, Tom? I don't understand them at all.
I hear you, Zenos. What's your side to that?
Well, I don't really have a side, but I'm going to go with Robert. I don't want nothing. If it's his, I got to go with Robert, what he said today.
Okay, a vote. Now we have votes on this. All right, that was good. What was Robert's again? Do you remember?
The kickoff rule.
Oh, the kickoff rule.
Vehemently.
Okay, all right. Well, you have to put that aside as a judge. I hear you. That's often complained. Robert channeling the president on that. All right, it is the lightning round next. And tomorrow, don't forget, 12:30, we will have Congressman Ryan McKenzie, who is one of the biggest targets of the Democrats out there in the Lehigh Valley, principally. And we will have with them first-time Speaker of the House, I believe it's been on Talk Radio in Philadelphia, Speaker Mike Johnson. So if you think about it, you want to hit me on Twitter at DonShow1210 or send me an email, whatever it might be. Give me a question or two for them, and I think they're going to give us up to 15 minutes. Now, whether that actually happens, I know on paper this day, but this is a rare moment. Look, it's great to get the Speaker of the House on at any time, but in the middle of a war, in the middle of, on the cusp, I believe, the midterms are ramping up right now. It's all out, and we got to get out of this situation and be able to concentrate on that. And you just heard the First Lady out of nowhere, the Epstein thing. A, I was not a friend of Epstein, and these have had to retract saying that. And then B, in addition to that, I think we need a full hearing in the House. 855-839-1210.
Doug, there's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is it, your first date?
Oh, no, we help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyway.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
10th complaint this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spins game. I implore you to pull back on the rewards. Friend from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. Maybe we should reward her with a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLE. Nobody specific. Void rated. It must be 21 plus. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino app. Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hproofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hproofs.com.
Follow Talk Radio 1210 on Instagram and Facebook at 1210 WPHT.
The time has come for the final test.
We usually call it the lightning round.
Yeah, that is right. This is the Today, the Astrodome opened, so hit us with that all-time sports. Something you don't like about pro sports, even college. I like the NIL. I'm reacting to just what used to happen. Lou Saban ought to shut up, and the president should stay out of it too. It's ridiculous. I know they put in new stuff with minutia.
Someone's gonna be the adults learn.
Yeah. All right, but I do have an announcement just up on Twitter. It looks like this is happening. That after in November, after the midterms, the rumor is, guess who is going to take on the Democrat side? John Fetterman. And you talk about energy. This might be the side question of our in honor of this. All-time low energy. We've never done that before. And when I tell you the guy who is the epitome, nice enough guy, and I've sat right, in tight circumstances at conventions to interview him. Bob Casey Jr. is coming out, is the rumor just up there now, and I believe it's going to happen, to challenge John Fetterman. He says that Fetterman isn't the same person that he once was. Henry, you don't like the low energy one, I can tell.
No, it's whatever.
No, I meant as a side, who has low energy?
Oh, low energy? Yeah, we got some good ones with that.
Yeah, we might. Let's go to Drew in Upper Darby on Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Drew, welcome in.
Hey, Dom, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Dom, I'm going to go with the NFL also. I'm a defensive guy. Dom, with that in the 70s and the 80s, and even in some of the 90s.
Alexa, cancel.
The great wide receivers.
Alexa, cancel.
Like the Fred Biletnikoff, Lynn Swan, Mike Quick, Lance Allworth. Excuse me, sorry. They not only ran their patterns, and they had such great careers, but they got mauled.
Alexa, cancel. Yeah, hi, Tyler. I'm sorry. I accidentally disconnected. I was trying to pick up. Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay, hold on 1 second. Yeah, not a problem. All right, bye. All right. Sorry, trying to get some work done in my house. So I have to wait for the electrician to call me back. Hello. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Do you take credit cards or do you need a check? Okay. Okay. All right. I'll see if I have it in my account. Okay. Put me on the schedule if you could, please. I have to take off from work, so I guess you don't do Saturdays, do you? Okay, then we'll have to do the 17th. I'll have to let my boss know. I work in the city. I mean, I'd have to fight the traffic either way. All right, thank you very much. All right, bye. Alexa, play 12:10 a.m.
1210 WPHT from Odyssey. Wherever you go, whatever they get into, from showtime to everyday adventures, protect your dog from parasites with Credelio Quattro. For full safety information, side effects, and warnings, visit CredeliaQuattroLabel.com. Consult your vet or call 1-888-545-5973. Ask your vet for Credelio Quattro and visit quattrodog.com.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Barrier Inglehart Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
10th complaint this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spins game. I implore you to pull back on the rewards. Friend from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. Maybe we should reward her with a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Coverage is necessary. Void where rated. It must be 21 plus. Sunday, 406. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino app.
As your day moves faster than you can keep up, with new Gatorade low sugar, my family and I can stay at the top of our game. No artificial flavors, or sweeteners, or colors, 75% less sugar, and all the electrolytes of regular Gatorade. Now available nationwide.
Hard Rock is built on service, from Atlantic City to hotels and cafes around the world. The Hard Rock Casino app, that's no different.
When you want to withdraw your money, it's secure. Get paid ASAP. And when you need help, it's available 24/7.
Real service is right here in Jersey.
Roll with the Hard Rock Bet Casino app, a name you trust. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC. All rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credits. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey to play. Bet what you had, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hproofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hproofs.com.
Hey y'all, I'm Maddie. And I'm Poodle. And together we host the podcast Reality Games. We are two ridiculous homosexuals who love nothing more than talking about reality television and tearing it into it. So whether it's 90 Day Fiancé, Love is Blind, Love After Lockup, or any other trash TV show about lonely hearts looking for love, your gay bestie's got you covered, y'all. New shows every week. Follow and listen to Reality Games wherever you get your podcasts. Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Penalties and interest are piling up every single day. Wage garnishments and bank levies could hit any moment. If you've been avoiding it out of fear, you're not alone. But waiting only shrinks your options and ramps up the stress. The truth is, the IRS settles with taxpayers every day through legitimate programs, and many qualify to reduce what they owe, in some cases by up to 99%. That's why thousands turn to helpwithIRSdebt.com. They've guided over 120,000 Americans, resolved more than $2.3 billion in tax debt, and back every case with their ironclad resolution guarantee. If there's no real path forward, you get a full refund, no fine print. They even randomly select one qualifying client each year and pay off their entire IRS balance. Terms apply. Don't let another day pass. Go to helpwithirsdebt.com right now. It's fast, easy, and confidential. Find out what's possible today. helpwithirsdebt.com. Once again, that's helpwithirsdebt.com.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. First Lady Melania Trump is speaking out about the Epstein case. CBS's Linda Kenyon reports from the White House.
It was an unexpected statement from the First Lady. The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end.
Speaking at the White House, Melania Trump said she wanted to set the record straight, saying Epstein did not introduce her to Trump. She also said the victims of Epstein's sex crimes deserve their due.
I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors.
Adding it is time to uncover the truth. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House. President Trump threatens Iran as the dispute over Israel's war in Lebanon casts a doubt on a ceasefire and upcoming U.S.-Iran talks. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
The situation is a little bit unsettled, especially now that the Iranians are threatening, at least publicly, not to show up if Israel continues to
Hi,
strike Lebanon.
Joe, how are you?
It's a good sign that Israel's prime minister is now saying that he wants to negotiate with Lebanon, but that's not the same thing as what the Iranians are calling for, which is confirmation that Israel is no longer going to be striking Lebanon.
Iran says Israel has breached Tuesday's peace agreement with ongoing.
If it's not one thing, it's another thing going on this week with problems with electric stuff. I'm on vacation this week, and then my outlet goes out where my box is plugged into, and now I got to run an extension cord to the box from an outlet that works. I also need a couple lights replaced. They've been busted for years. And I just got off the phone with the electrician. It was a recommendation. I reached out to people on my community's Facebook page. And in any event, it's going to be like $350. So, like I said, if it's one thing, it's another. It's really, it's killing me. And this particular set, I'm missing pieces. And that was a common complaint that I saw online.
Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning a home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn safe listings.
So anyway, I got to take part of Monday off for a dentist appointment. I'll have to take Friday off for the electrician. It's not. Nothing works out right.
And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com.
I didn't get a chance to see the how your building turned out. I had a doctor's appointment today for new eyeglasses. So
are using generative artificial intelligence regularly, while the percentage who say they feel hopeful about the
and I get my
27 to 18%. Many acknowledge AI can make them more efficient.
couches out into the front yard. I pulled a muscle in my arm.
The risks of AI outweigh the potential
So
benefits at work. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News. British pastor Cheryl Bartley faces manslaughter charges in the drowning of 61-year-old Robert Smith during a backyard baptism. The life-changing ministry ceremony in Birmingham in October 2023 took place in a kiddie pool and was live-streamed on Facebook. Jennifer Piper, CBS News.
So we're on for tonight? It's game time. I'm expecting you to bring your A game and the nachos.
I'll be honest, I don't think I can go big every game. That's a lot of cheddar.
Come on, the playoffs only happen once a year. You got the Upside app, right? It's free cash back on gas, groceries, dining out, all of it.
So
yeah, I use it sometimes for gas.
You gotta step up your
that's
game.
where I'm at.
Cash back on your groceries too, not just gas. So I've been missing out big time. I got Upside helping me a lot.
I'm missing one of these.
I think I can swing for the good guacamole.
I'm missing 2 pieces of glass for right here.
Upside and use promo code RIM to earn an extra.
And I know I didn't drop anything on the floor. And all the small stuff I have in this bin right here.
Remember, use promo code RIM for an extra $5.
So I'm keeping track.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
They gave me the wrong 1x1 brick color. And that brick color should be like, I guess this is light yellow or tan. And then there is an ornamental piece above the doorway right here. And I filled it in with a 1x1 yellow plate. So I could put something there, but this is ridiculous. So I'm making notes of what I need to collect from them. I looked. I don't have a 1x1 brick. All my pieces that I have left over are pieces that I have left over mostly from building sets and from and most of my building sets are the Speed Champions.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the WPA
So
afternoon show. And as you know, we like to bring you the freshest, hot out the kitchen breaking news. This is 45 minutes old, ladies and gentlemen, but I gotta get to this first. Because we have a lot of activity on here.
I mean, I like the look of this set, but
Some of them had most of it, maybe in the This is just in from the Philadelphia Inquirer. The headline, I'm reading this now from the Philadelphia Inquirer's website. The fate of the earth depends on removing Donald Trump to the White House ASAP.
Oh, Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, this comes to you courtesy of the most unstable person ever to write for any Philadelphia publication.
what did I miss? Oh, I see what I missed here.
All right.
My bad. I messed up. There we go.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window. Okay. Open it. Now stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Yes. Will Bunch, ladies and gentlemen, he's as mad as hell, and he's not gonna take it anymore. Wow.
Yeah, I noticed that you have a lot of spare parts in your back behind you. I really don't have a spare parts area. I just do this. I started this again in the wintertime to keep myself occupied because I had some days off because of snow days. And
Someday, I hope some therapists will write a book about.
and also due to
Trump arrangements in.
I don't think there's ever gonna be a cure, Robin. Again, you can hate Trump.
cold weather, I didn't feel like going out on the weekends.
This is about so much stuff we have to talk about today. So that's the most exposure Will Bunch is gonna get.
But here's the front.
Right, he's gonna get roasted.
Here's the side. As I build the figures, I just put them there on the front. Each bag has a different figure.
Show comes on at 5, we should just tell them, scratch your show, we're just going and taking you with us.
We're gonna go all night, I think. I may have to go all night. Well, what does this reporter Tony Bruno and the Philadelphia Phillies have in common, Robin? Neither one of us has scored in 2 days. I mean, that's what's going on here, Robin.
I wasn't sure where you're going with that.
Well, neither one of the Phillies fans were watching last night from the West.
I had so many answers, I just didn't know which one you wanted.
A lot of our enough about that. We got to rip the Pope today. It's not my style to criticize the religious people.
I know because you're a good Catholic.
I'm not a good Catholic. I'm a terrible Catholic. I admit it. I don't go to church. I don't go to confession. But I got to tell you, this Pope, he could be Satan. I think the Pope is really the spawn of Satan.
Well, they do talk about it in the Bible.
Of course.
The time of the coming, but I don't know. Do you really? I mean, I'm absolutely convinced that he has been infected with Islamic ideology. That he's being talked to by certain people.
Oh yeah, he's being talked to by Obama guys who go out to the Vatican to get a meeting with the Pope. And the story today is that the Pope obviously doesn't like war. Nobody likes war.
No.
But I'm not a guy, I told you, I've never read the Bible. I've never read the Quran. The bottom line is, I thought the Catholic Church was supposed to stand for what we have, right? It's supposed to be no women or
I still got a lot of other things to do. I have not done yet for my vacation. And now that I pulled the muscle in my arm, I don't feel like doing it.
Turn around and face the congregation. That's how old I am. I was an altar boy when you had to speak Latin when you were an altar boy.
So back in the day, back in the olden days, the priest would do the entire sermon facing forward, like not the congregation, but
no, he was
facing away
looking at the altar, and obviously that's what the little room is where they pull out the stuff. You pull out
the magic stuff. Wow.
But anyway, so the Pope, and there's all kinds of misinformation. There's so many people who are obviously, this is politically motivated, not by the Pope. I don't care what he says. But how does he affect the world? He should be worrying about, if the Pope's worried about.
Well, what he does. There's a lot of people that still follow everything the Pope says. Your mother would have been one of them.
No, my mom wouldn't like this Pope.
I don't know.
I took my mom to see the other Pope who turned out to be woke.
The Pope's not supposed to be woke. The Pope's supposed to worry about the Catholic Church, and they have a lot of problems in the Catholic Church. That's why they keep changing the rules. Remember, you weren't allowed to eat meat on Fridays ever, and then they said, okay, we can eat meat on Fridays. No other religion that I know of has changed the rules to try to get people to go back to church. Now, I know I'm saying all this others are religious. And again, I don't care what religion. By the way, it's the last day of Passover. So what are we supposed to do with that? I need some help from my Jewish friends. I need Josh Shapiro to call in and tell us what he's going to do today. And then he'll post 16 stories from his 21-person staff that promotes everything he says and does 24 hours. By the way, Josh Shapiro is running for re-election, but he's getting millions of dollars from rich fat cats not in the state of Pennsylvania. So he's not worried about winning re-election for governor. That's a fait accompli. He's worried about being the nominee for the DNC in 2028. Because he's going to New York and he's sitting down with Reverend Al Sharpton, and he's going on and promoting stuff in New York City when he's supposed to represent Pennsylvania. But, vote for him. But the other story today, this Pope thing is really bothering me. Not because he affects my life. The Pope doesn't affect my life. I'm a bad Catholic. But the bottom line is, this is now being used in the left versus right argument. Because the left knows that a lot of Catholics voted for Trump, right?
Well,
a lot of Catholics who are anti-abortion and follow the doctrines of the church and Jesus Christ, they don't believe. Nancy Pelosi is supposed to be a Catholic, right? But she's pro-abortion. So should the Pope condemn Nancy Pelosi and all of the other hypocritical Catholics who are in elected office and don't believe in what the church is telling you about abortion and about all the other things that are supposed to be doctrine, right?
Well, Johnny, I know that both sides of the spectrum do this, but I truly believe that the liberals do this more than anybody. They use you when they want you, and they throw you away when it doesn't fit the narrative. And back when Obamacare came around, and they were forcing the nuns at the church to accept abortion and to give out contraceptives, which they should be constitutionally allowed to do according to their religion. They forced them. They went to court, and Catholicism at the point was they were horrible. Catholics are horrible. They're horrible. Now all of a sudden that the Pope is on quote unquote their side, Catholics are fantastic.
Well, this is just in now because the U.S. ambassador to the Holy See. Now you know what the Holy See is, Robert?
Yes.
What is it? It's just not a body of water, is it? So anyway, this is breaking news. The U.S. ambassador to the Holy See, Brian Birch, has now revealed that Cardinal Christopher Pierre confirmed that the Pentagon did not threaten the Vatican. That was a story that and a lot of these people posting this lie are far-right whack jobs. All these people like Sean, all the far-right people, the Tucker Carlsons, right? And all of these influencers, who are all pro-Trump and now they're all anti-Trump, and it's just a game to make money. That's all these people do. And I want to congratulate X and the people who are running it, because they have now started purging. And I'm not again. I'm a free speech absolutist, but there's a difference between free speech and just having people go on and post things that are totally libelous, wrong, and criminally wrong. They're criminals. And so the good news is, overnight while you were sleeping, and I know I didn't have a lot of bots because I looked at my X account today and I didn't lose any followers, because overnight while you were all sleeping, X decided to start demonetizing and taking down all of these accounts, both right and left wing, who are out there throwing out misinformation to get engagement so they can make money lying to you one way or the other, regardless. And most of these influencers, and the ones like the two Krassenstein crumb bums down here, they do it to make money. They don't believe anything you're saying, but they get monetized. So every time you repost them and they get 11 million views, you're making money for them. And I have no problem with people monetizing it, but now even X is realizing it. They had a guy who his name is Nikita Bier, B-I-E-R, and he is now reporting that he's purging 208 bots per minute. That's how many fake people are on there from all over the world pretending to be somebody else to get you to engage and get all wild up about everything. But I'm glad that this cable story has been straightened out right now, because to confirm the recent media characters, this is a most pleased to speak with His Eminence Cardinal Christopher Pierre. As expected, he confirmed that recent media characterizations of his meeting with the Undersecretary Colby are fabrications that were just invented. Given the intelligence and the seriousness of Mr. Colby, I was likewise not surprised when His Eminence acknowledged there were no threats of any kind in the meeting. It was a frank and cordial meeting that took place 2 months ago. The threat of Avignon, none. So that was the other thing. Oh, the Catholic Church was going to declare the, whatever the thing is, the Avignon, and which means that the Pope, the Catholic Church, can then tell people what to do, and to tell them to go up and rise up against Donald Trump. So the resistance does not go all the way to Rome.
Since we're talking about it, we have a lot to cover. We have.
Yeah, but I wanted to get this cleared up, Rob, because this is a big story.
And do you want to?
There's the bathtub for Ernie.
As a Pope commenting on.
Yeah, let's play this. I don't want to make this all about the Pope.
Yeah, this is cut 38, and this is what we are talking about, how we think the Pope is stepping out of bounds in making these types of comments to the world. This is cut 38.
In English, I would simply say, once again, what I said in the Woodbury Order message on Sunday, asking all people to search always for peace and not violence, to reject war, especially a war which many people have said is an unjust war, which is continuing to escalate, and which is not resolving anything. In fact, we have a worldwide economic crisis, energy crisis, situation in the Middle East, a great instability, which is only provoking more hatred of the world. So come back to the table, let's talk, let's look for solutions today. Let's remember especially the innocent, children, the elderly, so many people who have already become or will become victims of this continued warfare. And to remind all that attacks on civilian infrastructure is against international law, but that it is also a sign of the hatred, the destruction that human beings capable of, and we all want to work for peace. People want peace. I would invite the citizens of all the countries involved to contact the authorities, political leaders, congressmen, to ask them, tell them to work for peace and to reject war always. Thank you very much.
There you have it. So now listen, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. And now EWTN, you know, the Catholic, my mom used to watch it 24/7, you remember that. EWTN. So now they're posting, Vatican Secretary of State Cardinal Gabriel Parolin warned that the, quote, logic of the strongest risks prevailing on the international stage and called on Christians to become, quote, voices of peace who do not leave Pope Leo XIV standing alone in his opposition to war. Nobody wants war, Cardinal Pietro. And they have to, why do we need, why does the Pope need this? What about the innocent people that have been murdered? What about the Catholics being murdered in Africa? What about people being slaughtered all over the world? And to say that the comments that he made, that's not your job. That's not what the Pope's supposed to do. I'm all for peace too.
Everybody agrees that we would much rather have peace. That is impossible. It is absolutely impossible when there is a regime that wants war. And until that regime is gone and taken down, we cannot have peace, period.
When you're talking about innocent people being killed, you can't ignore the 40,000 people that the regime killed, Your Honor, Your Eminence, whatever the hell you call yourself. I'm going to call you Leo. I'm going to call you Chicago Boom Boy. I mean, here's the biggest part of the hypocrisy. So all these far left sites are, say, oh, they're going to excommunicate the vice president because he's a Catholic and he's saying all this stuff and he's threatening the Pope. He didn't threaten the Pope. Nobody threatened the Pope.
I think that this is a really good cut to play in light of what the Pope said. This kind of goes back to the caller Bob the other day that we had on.
Yes.
That I've now actually, I'm coining the phrase, Bob and the Bobettes. Anybody that believes like him is kind of like a Bobette. Cut number 6. This is he's actually in Iran, so by posting this, he is his life is in danger. If anybody in the regime actually finds him and brings him in, they will kill him. But he is reading from because he's very broken English, and he's actually doing a really good job. He wrote it, translated, wrote it ahead of time, and he's reading off of his phone. This shows you exactly why we are not creating more terrorists. By saving Iran, we'll create an entire population of people grateful to the United States for generations. Let's play cut number 6.
Hello, my name is Ali, and this is my Iranian ID. I'm speaking to you from inside Iran, not as a politician, not as a soldier, but as a young person, a human being, living under fear and oppression every single day. Mr. Trump, people of America, I ask you to look at me. If I was your own child, I was born as a man of great ambition, but today I'm growing up in darkness. Our voices are silenced, our dreams are being destroyed, and our people are suffering. Not because we want to be something.
Drop the piece.
We want to be free. We, the people of Iran, are not your enemies. We are just like you, sons and daughters.
All right, have a good one. Thank you very much for checking in.
Please don't forget us. Stand with the people of Iran. Help us bring back light to our country before it's too late. And if you stand with us now, if you help the people of Iran to bring back our freedom, we will never forget it. We will teach our children and their children after them that the people and the government of the United States stood with us when we needed it most. We will always remember your kindness, and we will never stop trying to return that kindness until the end of our days. Thank you.
So that's the man now, that's expert doc. Has that been verified, Robin? Okay, that's not some guy. I was a little concerned, he's standing on railroad tracks.
Well, because he needs to get the satellite service.
I know that, but I don't think the tracks have the, anyways, there's no train running, obviously.
No, but I mean, that right there, how powerful was it? Talking about that they will teach their children and generations that the United States helped them gain freedom again. That is what this is all about. And maybe it gives me chills listening to him talk about that, because this is the narrative that the left doesn't want you to hear.
Exactly, and again, this isn't a left or right issue.
No, but I mean, but it has been made into one. It shouldn't be. But the narrative, the propaganda that is being fed by the left is exactly opposite of what the people in Iran are begging for. And that's the one I have a problem with. It's the same thing in Venezuela. The left is saying, ignore what the people are actually saying. Listen to us. The people that it's actually happening to, they don't know what they're talking about. We know so much better than that. That is just wrong.
All right, we'll get to this later. Rich Cioli's going to join us. We'll get some celebrities today, too, because, I've never considered myself a celebrity. And that's why probably I get along with so many people, because I don't think of myself as above anybody or smarter than anybody. I talk to everybody. There's been some local stories about people in trouble. I don't celebrate anybody's good misfortune. But there are people who are evil, and those are the people that need to be exposed. And sadly, they expose themselves. So we will expose a couple of the people who expose themselves. We're not dancing on any graves here, because everybody's making mistakes.
Well, we actually have somebody on hold to help you show that this is a certain person that's been in the news in the last 24 hours. Has been a person that has been a thorn in your side specifically for quite some time.
And I don't want to talk about me.
I'm just saying.
I've worked with hundreds of people in my career, maybe thousands. I can't remember anyone, and I never really had a problem Missinelli, you may have seen the story, people have been texting me and tweeting me, and, oh, Tony, what do you have to say? I had no problems with Mike Missinelli. Mike Missinelli had problems with me for some reason. And I don't know why. I've worked with him, we were teammates, and so I never went out of my way to rip the guy. He blocked me on social media when I was working with him, when I was on the same team. And the interesting thing is, after his arrest yesterday for allegedly striking a woman who supposedly his fiance, people were calling me, every media outlet, oh, what do you think? I'm not going to badmouth Mike Missinelli. But the problem is, he did this to himself. He's had a history. And if you have a history, listen, there are people who beat their wives, they should be arrested. And then if they're cleared, they're cleared. But this is a case where the woman called 911, the phone, and we have Jim on the line now? Yes, we do. So Jim's from Cheltenham, and I'm not trying to make myself seem like I'm the good guy and he's the bad guy. You know, to me, I've always treated people with respect. People who disagree with me, I allow them to disagree with me. I don't talk down to people just because I'm on the radio or TV. I don't do that. That's the way I've always been. I've always been that guy from South Philly who always willing to talk to anybody, whether you like me or not. But the bottom line is, Mike Missinelli, obviously he went the TDS route. You know, he told his audience that they were stupid for voting for Donald Trump, and he made it political. I don't tell people who to vote for or make any of my opinions political. I just give it from the heart. I don't care about Republicans or Democrats. Donald Trump happens to be president right now. And a lot of people are in the game of just wanting to get rid of him as soon as possible, including really Staunton to Philadelphia. Hey, FSB, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to get rid of Trump ASAP, you jackass. You can't. He's the president. So anyway, we have Jim from Cheltenham. Now, Jim had the only case of anything I've ever done in my career. And thankfully, he had one of my most memorable moments. When I was living in LA, so I was working out in Los Angeles for Fox Sports Radio, and then I would fly back to Philadelphia a lot and do remote. It was at Cookies and Peace, and I think it was at Tony Luke's this one morning. So I go right to Tony Luke's. I get off the airplane on a red eye, and instead of going to my mother's house, I went right to Tony Luke's. He said, where do you go? And then get ready for the next day. So I put the he was on before me, and we would have this talk with him, where he would talk to me about stuff that was going on, and I had already been on before him, and then he was coming on after me. And then the station hired you from the Tonight Show, the local station, and he didn't like when the station signed you up. So every day, the general manager wanted me to so come on for 2 minutes with Mr. every day. And Mr. took these little shots at you every day, little shots, nothing big. But this day, you had the red eye, and retired, and he would ask you, he was the best, my husband would tell me down, and this is where all the trouble started that day. Let's go. Okay. Thank God.
Did you say that yesterday? I was. Any amount of money, and I want your expert, Jake Laser, says, not number one, but what time is it right now, Mike? It's 2:05. Before this day is over, Jake Laser would have contacted teams to see what went out there. You're such a welcher. I'm not a welcher. I'm telling you right now that there are teams, if you're a team and you're desperate for a quarterback, are you going to say, I'm going to try to get Andrew Luck with the first pick in the draft, a guy who may or may not be able to play at the NFL, or I'm going to take a known commodity in a Michael Vick and offer a deal for that? Why would you do that? If you're a desperate team. And Allison's in Wonderland too. Did AJ Daly not command a number 2 draft pick from a desperate Miami Dolphins? Do you like to use facts, Mike? Do you use facts in your argument? Or you just go on the air and just think you're smarter than everybody? You're not, sucker. You know what's on today, Mike? I'm not going to tolerate your crap. Give it up. Wow. Give it up. I'm not going to tolerate your crap today.
There it is. The greatest moments in my career. I'm not going to tolerate your crap today. That's a quote that's on my tombstone. I want that on my tombstone. I'm not going to tolerate it.
If I'm not mistaken, Tony, at least 3 different radio stations have now used that quote as a soundbite.
Basically, you went
It's the Tesla. When the first Tesla came out and somebody floored it, and that thing just jumped out like a rocket ship. You can tell. I mean, listen, I don't mind debating. You know, we all debate points of view. Yeah, you know, we might say it when you go back and forth.
Wow, Tony, you made this.
Well, I don't think Nick Taylor was ever going off that.
Not that fast.
There was a man who was mentally fried, you know, having this ridiculous interview at the end of the day at 5 minutes after shooting. And I just wanted to know what that's all I wanted to do. You know, that's what I know.
I know you got something the first time, then you had a trivia contest, and he said, yeah, I'm gonna beat you, and you got 6 for 6 of the question, he only had 2 to 6, and he said, you cheat.
That's right.
He accused Tony somehow using me to give him the information in some like psychic way. Whenever I was giving him the information. And I was really
Yeah, I know. And
I was going to do a show in the morning, usually just Miss Alley, let people come on in the morning, and Joe said, don't tell this to Miss Alley, but this is my favorite show on the station. And he just went right.
let's put that in. I mean, not here, South Alabama, way back before he was even doing sports. He was doing politics. He wrote a book on Frank Rios. You know all these guys. I get along with everybody. But the bottom line is this. You know, this is all about having fun. But when it gets to the point where somebody goes off on somebody, that means something went terribly wrong. If you used to say on PH1 behind the music at the end, everything was great. And then something went terribly wrong.
I'll tell you what, everybody, Tony, remind me, I have a YouTube page, and I just put a new video up there. I think people will enjoy. It's going all about the life of Richie Ashburn.
Yes, the great Richie Ashburn.
And he's not here on the planet Earth this year.
Wow. And of course, yesterday, Davey Lopes passed away at the age of 80. Dodger legend, also spent time with the Phillies. So that's great stuff. Jim, it's always great to get your contribution.
Thanks, and every day, anything you run anything, just give me a call.
Now, what's the YouTube site again? Go to Jim's YouTube because he has all
JJS Archive.
JJS Archives, and he's got all kinds of sports stuff on YouTube. JJS Archives, he's got film, audio clips from great moments in sports history in the Philadelphia area. A lot of great stuff. I recommend everybody go subscribe and like this stuff. He's got a lot of my stuff too, but it's not a site that's dedicated to me. He's got all kinds of good stuff. But he has recorded most of everything that I've done, and I don't have a lot of things I've done.
I try to keep stuff because they, well, this looks like a plate. I think that's the only stuff left for that event.
Wow.
Well, we appreciate it. Always.
Have a great day, Tony and Robin.
Thank you. Let's give Jim a roaring round of applause. All right. We're just getting started, by the way. We got so much to get to today, too.
It's going to be a hard time.
You're gonna have to get a shoehorn, lady.
Yeah.
By the way, the Artemis 2 is continuing. It's splashdown is tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, right? To 8 p.m. Friday night. It's going to splash down in the Pacific. All going well. It's going well so far. The female astronaut is a big Phillies fan and a big Eagles fan. So that's one of the local stories that people are talking about. But there's so much stuff going on. We'll have to talk about what's going on in Canada, too. If you didn't think Canada was crazy already, it just got crazier. We will play the latest, and this could be the funniest stuff ever. Unintentionally funny.
I'm still laughing on
They think this is serious, and now all of a sudden, it's become the biggest meme and the funniest thing you will ever see. I could play a whole hour of this stuff, and we wouldn't stop laughing. That's how insane it is. 855-839-1210. That's the number. We'll take your call. We'll have a guy named Stephen Grillo come on in the next hour. Yes. And then at 5 o'clock, Rich Cioli making a rare, unannounced appearance this afternoon.
Well, now it's not.
It's announced. Will he show up or will he find a way to ditch us?
Oh,
you
better not.
take the call.
Otherwise, you might go nervous.
No, I would never go off with Rich. Never, ever, ever. It's Tony Bruno, Miss Robin. It's the afternoon show on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about what screen. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Barrier Neighborhood Pharmaceuticals Inc.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
10 complaints this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spin scheme. I implore you to pull back on the rewards. Grant from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. We should reward her. Think of a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problems? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary. Void where rated. Up to 21 plus. Saturday or August. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by eBay.
Sony is hiking prices for its PlayStation 5 gaming console as the company looks to offset soaring memory prices. Sony says the standard and digital versions of the PlayStation will rise by $100. The Pro Edition will go up by $150, and the portable handheld device goes up by $50. There is a shortage of memory chips resulting from AI demand, and that's pressuring prices for PCs and video game consoles. I'm Jason Brooks.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not a firm. This is Chuck. If someone talks you into buying something really silly, and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. In time, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-948-7878. That's 800-948-7878.
Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hproofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hproofs.com.
Looking for something smart, soulful, and full of heart? Dana Baker, host of For the Love, the podcast where we talk about what really matters. Love and family, faith and purpose. Every week I'm joined by incredible guests for honest conversations that invite all of us to live with more intention, more laughter, and more connection. Join us on For the Love wherever you get your podcasts.
Members First and Pocono Raceway have partnered to recognize heroes in our community. To nominate your hero, visit PoconoRaceway.com/hero, and they just might with exclusive VIP experiences at the Disney Triangle and more.
The MLS Braille and Audio Reading Download Service gives patrons with visual impairments or physical limitations the freedom to read their way.
PaRT is this beautiful web-based program for searching for books and for the ability to download them.
It's a great way to have a book with you without carrying a book.
For information about the National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped Library of Congress, visit loc.gov/thatallmaybe.
Now back to the Piazza Auto Group Studios. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. This is Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
I have a way to China, in a little rope of the fire, and you said you had to get too long.
We're going to the ball for these babies, huh? You know this song, Robin?
Yep. Was it like 1980?
Nobody. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride.
I think all the dancing lessons, this is one of the songs that they played for the
How is this a ballroom dancing song?
Hey, it's supposed to be the foxtrot.
That's a foxtrot?
Yeah. Oh no.
All the other big stores, it's just broken. See, that's what's when you're on in the afternoon, you get the advantage of getting the latest, freshest news that happens, between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. We had the whole Pope thing, that's been straightened out now because a lot of these far right and far left people have been lying about what the Pope said about the war and everything else. Well, the Pope did say stuff about the war that we shouldn't be fighting the war, but that's not your job, Your Eminence. It's not your job to talk about war. You can't stop it, you can't negotiate it. Just go in your big private city there and worry about the problems that the Catholic Church is facing and the sins of all the people that you apparently forgot about, and the Christians being slaughtered all over the world that you refuse to acknowledge.
That's probably what bothers me the most,
Yes.
just really quick, is that they're making a big deal. The Pope is making a big deal out of Iran, which it is a big deal.
Yeah.
But he has said, as far as I know, and we follow it, he has said nothing about the slaughter of Christians in Africa. And there has not been just a few.
I know.
These are thousands and thousands
Absolutely.
of Christians who have been
It's a
killed.
genocide.
Yeah, it is. And I just, like, how can he take anything that he says seriously if he's not going to talk about that as well?
Exactly, that's the problem I have. Don't be a hip, especially if you're like the biggest symbol in Christianity or in Catholicism. Anyway, we have this other story. Earlier, like an hour ago, Melania Trump grabbed the microphone, not away from anybody. She took to the microphone and actually went out there and said, we have to stop this Epstein stuff. We have to take you up. This is
They're having a problem ripping the video because it's on a live feed, so they're working on it. They'll let us know as soon as
okay.
they have.
Yeah, because I want to play this because this is pretty impressive. Because so much talk, you know, you have the Thomas Masseys and the Ro Kahanas. Remember when they went out there and said they had the name of all the victims and they were going to release them? Meanwhile, the victims have already been told not to talk about it. And I listen, the victims are the most important part of this thing because Epstein's done. He's dead, and then his girlfriend, who was his pimp, is still in jail.
As far as I'm concerned, if a victim wants to speak, even if they have been paid off and they've been made to sign a NDA and have been quote unquote paid off, the government needs to step in and say, you know what, you get to keep your money no matter what. If you want to say something, go ahead.
Exactly.
That should be the way it should work, but First Lady Melania Trump, I believe we weren't able to listen because it was live while we were already live. I believe one of the things that she talks about is that she has been mentioned in the Epstein files quite a few times as well, and so she addresses that in this statement, and hopefully Matt and Justin and Jared.
Not Jared from Subway. He was not working for the radio station at this hour.
No, Jared Clapper is learning the ropes. He's learning the ropes in studio today by the fabulous Justin. And
by the way, people are commenting on our attire today, Robin, on the YouTube channel. I was wearing canary yellow. I'm wearing my lovely seafoam green.
Actually, this is more neon green. It's not
Is
really
that green or yellow?
It's a neon lime green.
Neon lime. I'm wearing one of my $10 real life shirts you can buy at Sam's Club or BJ's or Costco. These things are awesome. And they're UV.
I know.
So you don't get the stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so Aisha Hosni, who does a great job as one of the reporters at Fox, love that woman, anchor and White House correspondent. She says that this is what Melania Trump said, and we'll play the clip, but this is what she said 54 minutes ago. Quote, the false smears about me from mean-spirited and politically motivated individuals and entities looking to cause damage to my good name to gain financially and climb politically must stop. I have never had any knowledge of Epstein abuse of his victims. I was never involved in any capacity. I was not a participant, was never on Epstein's plane, and never visited his private island. And so she went on, and I give her credit, because all the nonsense is going, because, you know, all they want to do is say that Trump's on the Epstein files, and he's a pedophile, and he raped women, and all this other stuff, yet they have no evidence to back that up.
Right. I believe the video is ready.
We have it?
Yeah. Anybody?
Let's go to Melania right now, the first lady. Melania.
About me, the voice of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation. I never been friends with Epstein, Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence. My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a tribal note. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at the New York City party in 1998. This initial encounter with my husband is documented in detail in my book, Melania. The first time I crossed paths with Epstein was in the year 2000 at an event Donald and I attended together. At the time, I had never met Epstein and had no knowledge of his criminal undertakings. Numerous fake images and statements about Epstein and me have been circulating on social media for years now. Be cautious about what you believe. These images and stories are completely false. I'm not a witness or a named witness in connection with any of Epstein's crimes. My name has never appeared in court documents, depositions, victim statements, or FBI in interviews surrounding the Epstein matter. I have never had any knowledge of Epstein's abuse of his victims. I was never involved in any capacity. I was not a participant, was never on Epstein's plane, and never visited his private island. I have never been legally accused or convinced of a crime in connection with Epstein's sex trafficking, abuse of minors, and other repulsive behavior. The false smears about me from mean-spirited and politically motivated individuals and entities looking to cause damage to my good name, to gain financially and climb politically, must stop. My attorneys and I have fought these unfounded and baseless lies with success and will continue to maintain my sound reputation without hesitation. To date, several individuals and companies have been legally obligated to publicly apologize and retract their lies about me, such as Daily James Carville, and HarperCollins UK. Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone. Several prominent male executives resigned from their powerful positions after this matter became widely politicized. Of course, this doesn't amount to guilt, but we still must work openly and transparently to uncover the truth. I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record. Then, and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
Melania Trump not taking any questions, so she'll be criticized by MS Now and CNN for not taking questions from the screaming hyenas in the
But
media.
she said exactly what we said, that the victims should be allowed to, that they should be allowed their day in court. And the fact that we have not had that is an outrage.
Absolutely, good for her.
Yep.
Because you can't have people just making false claims about you without that. And the Daily Beast, that's why, another guy, we'll talk about this in the next hour, because we're gonna go after some celebrities in the next hour. Celebrities who let you down. I'm not Mike Missinelli, I'm over that. You can keep doing whatever you want. I've already said my piece about Mike Missinelli. Do what you want. He's accused of stopping a woman who's apparently his fiance. He's gonna have to deal with that. I'm not saying he should go to jail. I don't know what they're gonna do. But at least he knows a good lawyer. Can he represent himself in court?
I don't recommend that.
I don't know, but I saw Rich Cioli actually offered him some legal advice.
Well, yeah,
when
but
Rich joins us at 5 o'clock,
we can talk a little bit more about
let's
that.
find out whether he got the proper legal help with Mike Missinelli, one of our own.
But when we come back, we are gonna have a very special guest.
All of our guests are special, all of our callers, everybody who listens to or watches this.
Yes, but when we come back,
Yes.
we will have Stephen Grillo.
Not Frank Grillo, the actor.
He is known as Steve Gorilla. He was the intern on the Howard Stern show for several years. He's the author of the book Gorilla Parts, and he's going to talk about the truth of working for this particular shock jock.
Not Mike Missinelli?
No, different one.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of shock jocks out there. 855-839-1210, the 3 o'clock hour flew right by. We're coming up with the 4 o'clock hour. We'll rip some celebrities. Not that some like style to criticize. We just call out the people who you thought were good people, and then you find out that they're really not. They're filthy. As Frank Rizzo once said, they are basically complete lush cows. Exactly. That's coming up, the 4 o'clock hour. Tony Bruno, Miss Rob, and the whole gang right here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Wherever you go, whatever they get into, from chill time to everyday adventures, protect your dog from parasites with Credelio Quattro. For full safety information, side effects, and warnings, visit CredeliaQuattroLabel.com. Consult your vet or call 1-888-545-5973. Ask your vet for Credelio Quattro and visit QuattroDogs.com.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
10th complaint this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spins game. I implore you to pull back on the rewards. Grant from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. We should reward her with a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? A one-time gambling. No purchase necessary. Void or prohibited. Must be 21 plus. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino app.
Hey there, I'm Kendra Adachi, and my show, The Lazy Genius Podcast, helps you be genius about the things that matter and lazy about the things that don't. And you get to decide what matters. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you a new way to see. Episodes of The Lazy Genius Podcast are full of compassionate time management tips and permission slips to do what makes sense for you. New episodes drop every Monday. Follow and listen to The Lazy Genius Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Gold prices are soaring, and silver is near an all-time high. This Monday through Friday, the Estates Roadshow is happening in Salem, Chestnut Hill, and St. David's, or in Cherry Hill, Friday through Tuesday. If you want to get cash in your hands for your unwanted jewelry, now is the time. Get the most competitive prices at the Estates Roadshow. Bring your gold, silver, old rings, chains, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The prices of gold and silver are at an all-time high, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Bensalem at the Courtyard by Marriott, Chestnut Hill at the Chestnut Hill Hotel, and St. David's at the Ranch Hotel. These weekend days, Estates Roadshow is also happening Friday through Tuesday at TMT Cash for Gold. Right in the bright yellow building on Route 70 West in Cherry Hill. More info, follow the States Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
When you're at a Hard Rock in Atlantic City, a good time is guaranteed. And now, the Hard Rock Bet Casino app gives you a true guarantee each week, no matter where you're at in Jersey.
Everyone on the app gets new rewards every single Thursday. Legendary rewards like deposit matches, bonus spins, and more.
Just open up the Hard Rock Bet Casino app and see what you get.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC. All rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credits. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey to play. Bet with your head, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hproofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hproofs.com.
Life can feel overwhelming, but a life podcast from the heart together. Every Friday brings you a new story. Listen to From the Heart with Rachel Grayson wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, it's Dawn. Oh, springtime. I'm gonna make this easy for you. Stop looking for lawn care service. Choose my lawn care company, Natural Lawn of America. Natural Lawn delivers great results and safer for your family and your pets. At Natural Lawn, they don't believe in using harsh chemicals. Instead, they're environmentally friendly products for lush green lawns naturally. From organic fertilizers to safer weed and insect controls, they make sure your lawn thrives naturally. Season after season. You don't have to just take my word for it. Homeowners everywhere are making the switch in Natural Lawn's proven eco-friendly approach and just loving the results. Get started today. Schedule Natural Lawn's full service program. You get free seeding every year for greener, healthier lawn, plus free seeding. 800 free seed. This seed is limited. Time's running out. Don't delay. Choose my lawn care company. 800 free seed. Natural Lawn of America. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed. Tell Dawn sent you.
How do you cash back with Chase Freedom Unlimited? 4 decks of cards, 3 pairs of dice, and 2 very different printers. Cash back on game day. From 3% cash back at drugstores. With Chase Freedom Unlimited. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. It's more than just a meal. It's when work comes to a halt, where macaroni masterpieces are made, and the little moments turn into lasting memories. With the Blue Cash Preferred Card, you can get 6% cash back at U.S. supermarkets. So you can bring home the flavors that bring everyone together. I did say everyone. Make the special moments even more rewarding. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-BCP. Terms and cashback tab apply with Blue Cash Preferred.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about the UACR urine test today. Brought to you by Bayer Ingle Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
Have complained this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spin scheme. I implore you to pull back on the rewards granted from accounting.
Appreciate your tenacity. We should reward her with a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Must be 21 plus. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino app.
WPHD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia, from the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Always live from the free Odyssey app. Free speech lives here. The WPHT Afternoon Show.
Fire incoming. 1210 WPHT.
Rolling in a Philly on the airwaves. I'm Tony Bruno, lead the charge, giving all he's got. His rhyme is right there, keeping it sharp and true. No script, no safe space, just straight talk coming through. From Eagles heartbreak to the latest DC mess, we cut through the noise, no time for less. Crank it loud, Tony Bruno. WPHT was storming the town, bringing you the knowledge. Just in the show, keeping us on track. No filter, no mercy. Billy Five, turn it up, feel the heat. Bring it loud, Tony and Robin. Now it's flying, never stopping. 1210 WPHT, afternoons ablaze. Watch us on YouTube. Welcome to the craze. It's Tony Bruno. Hit it.
1210 WPHT, you're live. Yes, indeed.
It's Thursday.
Yes, and you know what we forgot to ask everybody? To make sure that if they're on the YouTube station, on the YouTube channel, to hit that thumbs up button and make sure that they've been subscribing and share once, share twice, share 3 times throughout the show. We want to know that you love us.
Exactly. A lot of people being exposed today, and I don't mean like in the pedophile way, because they expose themselves, and the crazy people in the internet, mostly women, I have to say, because it's a fact, exposing how crazy they are, and then posting their names on TikTok videos so we can find out who they are, and then everybody can bury them for being morons and get them fired. I'm not the one who wants to do that. If you want to go on TikTok and keep threatening people, threatening Trump, and threatening people you dislike, you get what you absolutely positively deserve, which is fired from your job. Right? Am I wrong here?
There should be consequences, absolutely.
Now, do we have our guest on the line? Okay, I just want to make sure. Stephen Grillo, no relation to Frank Grillo, the actor. Really an underrated actor. He's in a lot of movies, Frank Grillo.
I didn't know what Frank Grillo.
Come on, Robin, he's in everything. He's one of those action heroes that doesn't get the lead, but he's always in good movies. Frank Grillo, look him up. Not because he's an Italian. I think Stephen Grillo's.
Oh, I recognize
Stephen Grillo's Italian too. I don't know. Steve, are you an Italian too?
I'm embarrassed. Can you hear me?
Captain? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's always online.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. I'm half Irish, half embarrassed.
Now, so
I grew up in Italian neighborhood, so I'm very.
Is that your real name? Is that your real name or is that a stage name?
So Grillo is my birth given name, unfortunately, and he's it's been sort of the burden of what has happened throughout my life. And anybody wanted to get under my skin, it was because that's.
Now, Frank, one of the big stories is later, and I'm not a guy who likes to go after people in the media. I was in the media. I had people come after me, try to get me canceled when they did, because I said things that they disagreed with, and they accuse you of stuff. But you worked for Howard Stern back in the day, and Howard Stern obviously was not the same guy he was when he was he was a cool cat. I remember when he first started, he was in New York, and then he came to Philly as the second station, and then his empire was built. But he had a boss that basically, anytime he got fined by the FCC for breaking the rules, they would write a check and then pay for his sins. But he went on to become a monster, and now, of course, he's been making hundreds of millions of dollars since he went to Sirius XM. I don't know how many people will pay for him or listen anymore, but the bottom line is that a lot of people are now coming out, not out of the closet. I don't think you're coming out of the closet to do this, are you, Frank? Steve? Is he frozen there?
Oh, I think he is frozen.
He's frozen.
Uh-oh. We might have to have him on,
Just a phone?
on phone only if he doesn't have a good enough
I
connection.
like that frozen. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there.
Yeah, no, there's a Wi-Fi issue with the. So, I was there for the heydays. I don't know on the radio anymore. And I don't know who's listening because on a daily basis, I still get people asking me if he's still on the air. And apparently not that much.
I think most of it's just like replays and re-airs.
No,
of
he's
the
got a great
program.
deal. Listen, I don't give a guy I don't take anything against, I don't hold any problem. I don't care about Howard Stern. I mean, he made $1 gazillion, but when you go all the way to the top, and then you no longer are the guy that got you to the top, and then you decide to go the other way, and then just basically poop on everybody that helped make you who you are along the way, people are gonna get angry. And that's the story that I saw that it broke like late last week, where a couple of people who work for him are now suing him and his wife for the way they treated them. Is that the story?
Apparently, there's somebody that was hired to run one of his giant mansions, and the practices that were going on behind the scenes with his wife and everything, and I guess the job wasn't exactly what she thought it was going to be, apparently, allegedly, and that they faked her signing an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and then she didn't sign it, and they say that she has signed. They say that she has signed one, and she says she didn't. So that right there is sort of suspect. But I wish I would have sued him when I had the chance, because I worked for free for 6 years, and you know what that's called, slavery. You're not allowed to do that. So
I would get reparations now. Everybody wants reparations. Can you get reparations from Howard Stern?
I should be 100% right. I should be totally, jumping on the reparations bandwagon, because I definitely, it's illegal for someone to work 60 hours a week and not get paid, and that was 100% true. That did happen for 6 years.
Wow. Now, Steve, I totally get it. Like, there's been times when we've had interns working on a show when we weren't getting paid yet ourselves. That's one thing. When you're not paying somebody and you're not getting paid either, and you're all kind of working for the betterment of a show. But it's a whole different story when one person is making millions and millions. I mean, we're talking a lot, like sometimes even $1 million a day practically, and then they're not paying their interns and employees. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, no, it was kind of, I enjoyed being there. You get credit at school, which is sort of like, I guess, in lieu of pay. And I stopped getting credit like after the first 6 months. I'm not gonna say, oh, sorry, I cursed.
That's all right, we'll talk that.
Okay, but I was like, wow, they're letting me stay, I'm gonna stay. And I had to subsidize my money through like working at nightclubs and doing plays and, doing appearances. And I'm from Brooklyn, I'm a hustler. I always hustled. Whenever I needed something, I got the money, went out and did whatever I had to do. So, but on top of working, the 40 to 60 hours I was working at the radio station, I had, weekends and, nighttime was, occupied just getting enough money to live.
Now, of course, I know that I've never met you, but I know John, I know Jackie the Joke Man, and obviously I know John, Stuttering John, out in LA when I was there. We would talk a lot of times. He went to work for Jay Leno. So he actually started making some good money when he was out in LA after he left Stern.
Yeah, it was nice to see someone that worked for the radio station actually get paid, because even when John was probably getting paid, he probably wasn't making 6 figures. Nobody was really making money except for Rob and Howard, Fred, and Jackie when he was there. But they just, all the money went to like the main 2 people mostly, and Fred Norris, I would imagine. But it was a big taboo not to talk about salary at the radio station. So there was no talk. But I know when John left, he wasn't, they weren't ever going to match the salary he was going to get from NBC.
Now, Steve, did you have a similar situation did you ever broach, hey, can I finally get paid? And then did they get rid of you like they did to some of the other people?
It's funny. I wrote a book. It's like Gorilla Parts, and I tell the whole story in detail, but I'll break it down short for you. Basically, I think at some point Tom Chiusano, the general manager, came to the realization that, oh my God, this kid he's been here for 6 years. He can possibly still be getting credit at school. When I stopped getting credit at school, when I was like I said, 6 months in, and so he realized that that's his ass. If I went and did anything about the 6 years, he could have lost his job and I would have won a lot of money because it was highly illegal. But when he came to the realization that I wasn't getting credit or going to school anymore for that matter, he brought me to his office and he said, are you getting credit in school? I said, I haven't been credit in school for a long time. And he was like, you could tell he was scared. And he goes, well, then you can't be here anymore. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm not getting paid and you're firing me? You know, it was like, what? And I went to Howard because Howard relied on me for a lot. You know, he didn't trust anybody with his baked potato and his hot water and walking him in and out of the building every day. And, you know, amongst other things. And I walked Howard down to the limo and I was like, Tom just fired me? And he goes, what are you talking about? And I was like, he figured out I'm not getting credit at school anymore. And he said that I can't be here. And he was like, well, I'll talk to Tom. So the next day I came in and like I said, I was working like almost 60 hours a week. On top of the stuff, I was running around at night with Stuttering Johnny and doing celebrities and stuff. And I basically went and Howard, the next day, Tom pulled me into his office and he basically said, well, I'm giving you minimum wage at 30 hours a week. And I was like, I don't care. Like, well, it's cool. It's an extra couple of bucks in my pocket, I guess. And, but I was, he wouldn't give me 40 hours because if he gave me 40 hours, then I qualified for health insurance. So it was after a year of me getting, whatever, it was $635 at the time, I think. And, you know, maybe it was an extra $130 in my pocket. Okay, I didn't care, but, you know, now, and once they started paying me, all of a sudden I had to stay later. I had to do more office and clerical work, which, you know, when the radio show ended, I went home. But now they had me sitting there to 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon doing like photocopying stuff. So they basically had a leash around my neck because they were paying me and they weren't paying me for the 60 hours. So after a year of doing that, I went to Tom's office and I said, Tom, it's been a year. I'm working 60. Can I at least get 40 so I can get health insurance? And he said, absolutely not. And I went, really?
So now,
he goes,
so Steve, let me cut to the, because you obviously, people know you, a lot of people are checking in, wow, I love Grillo. You have a show called the Grillo Aftershock XL Podcast, and you have the full.
We're live on it right now, by the way.
Are we live right now?
Oh, no, yeah, I have it. Yeah, there's a bunch of awful people commenting right now. There's a thing called the Dabbleverse, and they all hate Stuttering John, now they hate me too. So,
they hate you too?
Oh, yeah, it's awful. Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
Speaking of other people that you worked with, what is your take on Artie Lang? One of the people here on our YouTube channel is asking.
Artie Lang, I didn't work with him, unfortunately, but he was nothing but so kind to me anytime I had any interaction with him. And he kind of like, I wish I had a little more, I wish, you know, he wasn't so off the rails because like the time that I got to spend with him, he was just so nice and he treated me like a little brother, you know, and I heard he's doing really well. He's kind of resurfaced to a couple people and reached out because for years he was just, he just completely was like, you know, absent, around it. Now he's
sadly, I mean, sadly he had, you know, everybody knew he had a drug problem. When I was in LA, he replaced me on the nighttime show that I was doing.
Yeah,
so
because he
I
was
never had any problems.
sober, and it was very clear very quickly that he was not.
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing to do for people who have addiction, to try to stay straight, especially in the industry where you're doing TV, you're doing clubs, you're up late at night, you're drinking, you're doing coke, you're doing weed, you're doing all this other stuff. And it's a tough life, as you know, trying to do stuff. So it's Melrose says hello. Who's Melrose?
Oh, Melrose. Yeah. He's a devout Howard Stern fan for years, and he used to stand outside. He used to make signs on Melrose Avenue when Howard was live, and he did all that. And he became like an obsessed fan. He got a little like scary and dangerous at some point, where like, you know, he wanted to be on it every day, and Howard didn't want him on every day, and he started to get upset about the whole thing.
Well, that was like Robin. When she met me, she would hang out at the studio every night, thinking I was going to put her on the air and sleep with her. And then eventually I did. And that's what happens in the business, you know. But she worked out all right. I didn't have to throw her out.
Yeah, she's still here. So real quick, to get back to that Howard story real quick, how it ended. After Tom said he wasn't going to give me a raise or pay me for the 40 hours a week, I went and told Howard. And the moment I told Howard that, he shrugged his shoulders and said, well, that's just Tom for you. And at that moment, I walked him down to the limousine and I walked back upstairs and I gave my 2 weeks notice.
Wow.
But
So you're okay since then. How long ago was this now? What year
That
was
was 1999.
Wow.
And since
I was there from 91 to 99 or 98. Yeah.
You've been on The Sopranos now, you've done other stuff. Tell us what, other than the podcast and the book that you wrote, what other things are you working on?
Well, I'm just developing this content on my YouTube channel and just promoting my book. Copy over here. Gorilla Parts.
Gorilla Parts.
Right there. Yeah, well, it's like painful. I took a little bit of Howard and a little bit of the name he gave me on the radio and used it to put it together.
Awesome stuff. Done again, bring water. I mean, obviously a lot of people know. And listen, when Howard Stern came on the Philly, on WYSP, that was his second market. He was a New York guy, and then he was put on in Philly, and then it exploded, and that's when he became national, every radio station, FM station in America. And that's when he had it all.
That have known somebody for a really long time on the radio and have a certain image of them, right? That they adore them, they listen to them every day, and then when things happen and they find out what the person is really like, because frankly, let's be real, Howard Stern, having done this not just to you, but clearly to a bunch of other people, and have obviously didn't care about people that worked really hard for him to help him get where he was, kind of puts a different light on who this person really is. Now, people talk about how Howard changed, that he was this shock jock and kind of did everything, and now he's become somewhat of a...
He worked, he was hiding because of the COVID. He would go on, he didn't go outside. He became one of these whack job guys, a COVID conspiracy guy. You're gonna get the 16 shots and you're gonna die. I mean, that's the surprising thing to me, because I always try to be true to who I was. I've never changed my opinions or my outlook on life. I try to treat people nice, no matter who they are. But the Howard Stern has changed. And we're seeing a lot of these people, when they become super rich, they lose sense of reality of the regular people that used to basically make them who they are. I mean, he was a blue collar, everybody is blue collar worker would listen to Howard Stern. Now he's no elitist, out of touch with reality guys.
But Steve, do you feel like he was probably always like this, or do you think that he became like this?
There was a great meme that sort of summed it up, and it was like a frozen picture of Will Smith smacking Chris Rock, and the Will Smith character was the Howard 1990, and the Chris Rock character was Howard 2025. So like Howard 1990 smack Howard now.
Gotcha.
But when you have to hide in your closet or go away and go to Florida and hide during the pandemic, no, he's yeah, I gotta keep working. He wanted to change the foods, right?
No, but I know I look like Kevin James, which is better than Billy Joel did that too.
Stern's estimated net worth now is $750 million.
Yeah, he'll spend it well, though.
Yeah.
He will spend it well.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you coming on.
Spend that.
Stephen, and no relation to Frank Grillo, and you know who he
what's
is,
so
right?
funny? You said, of course I know who he is. I think that he probably wants to give me a smack in the face. How many times he must get, are you related to that idiot from the Howard Stern show? You know? He must be my guts. You know, and he's friends with a lot of people I know, like Chuck Zito, and and he's on what's that that Stallone thing. Anyway. Yeah, Johnny C. So it's I'm sure you might have somebody to take it.
Well, Steve, you've been awesome. We would love to have you on again. We love your work, and we really wish you luck on your Grillo's after show. Talk XL podcast. And if you want to buy the book, Gorilla Parts, where can you get it? Is it on Amazon?
Amazon and Amazon. You can hear my annoying voice for 4.5 hours. Wait, you read your own book? How long did it take you? Really hard. It took 18 hours. 4.5 hours. 18 hours. Read, I didn't read my 8 days of 6 hours in the studio.
Wow, I did 57 hours to do the Madden video game in 2005, but that was done in 2 hours a day. We couldn't work more than 2 hours a day in LA, so I would have to go in the studio 2 hours every day for a total of 57 hours. But that's not like reading your own book. I mean, you should know it was
harder than I thought. I can read copy. I'm pretty good at reading a page and stuff, but you have to read your own book. It was a lot harder, and you have to stay true to the words of the book, or Audible will reject it.
Wow.
So it has to be word for word from the book. You can't improvise anything with Audible.
Well, man, it was great to have you on. It's a sad story, but it's not, because Howard doesn't care about the little guy anymore, and everybody knows that. You know, he's fat, rich, and happy, and he's still working. To me, if I were had Howard Stern money, I wouldn't be working. I mean, he only does like one show a week.
I don't even know if he even does that.
Yeah, he did have a candid moment with me once where he said, no matter what, he'll always do radio. He goes, the TV, the movie things, he said, that's all good, but he goes, radio is my passion, radio is what I really love, I'll always do radio.
Yeah, that's me too. Me too, here at 73, still doing it. Hey, man, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. I have to go back to these maniacs on my YouTube channel saying awful things.
Okay, let me talk to them really
If you look over here, I have Danny Miner. If you look up Danny Miner on TikTok, he's a really big TikTok guy. You happen to be out in Vegas. He's doing my show with me today. So if anybody wants to come over and check out Danny Miner, if you look him up on TikTok, he's got a big mouth.
Well, who doesn't? I mean, who on TikTok doesn't have a big mouth?
Steve, let me talk to all of your listeners really quick. Steve, this is to all of your listeners that are listening on your podcast. Be nice to Steve. He's been through a lot. He deserves a lot more respect, okay?
Thank you. If I have a problem with any of these punks, if you have a problem with any of these punks, I'll get my South Philly Sicilian Italian all up in their ass, so to speak.
Oh, right, thank you. You heard it, everybody, in the Dabble Worms. He's covered for you. Thank you so much, guys.
Beautiful, man. There he is. Stephen Gorilla Grillo. It's a good name, Grillo.
Yeah, it is.
855-839-12. Rich Violi's going to join us. You may have heard of him. He's going to be on at the 5 o'clock hour. Unless he comes up, maybe he gets, hopefully he doesn't get sick or something, a malady doesn't overcome Rich Violi before he joins us at 5 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Better not.
855-839-1210. Melania calls out all of the Epstein people. You got the Pope now coming clean. Well, he's not coming clean, but the people who are spreading lies about the Pope, basically saying that he was going to the Pentagon told him what to say. That's been debunked by the fraud. And we're finding out, we have to make a list eventually of all the people who were supposed to be heroes for the right wing, or each and every single day discrediting themselves as nothing but con artists and liars to steal money from you for being a dummy and dumb enough to follow them and make them richer than they already were. Luckily, nobody's making me richer than I already am, because I'm not rich anymore. But that happens when you get older and you go through a divorce. But only once. It's Tony Good on this Robin. It's Talk Radio 1210 WPHD.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Beringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals.
Burlington knows you cannot forget Mother's Day. And be real, texting your sibling to add your name to their card isn't enough. Instead, head to your newly refreshed Burlington, where it's easier to shop deals that'll make mom proud. Find fragrances to candles, or opt for a brand new bag. Plus, your store has a glow up. So it's more fun to shop for those special women in your life. Mom is wow upside down after all. Burlington. Deals, brands, wow.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
10th complaint this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spin scheme. I implore you to pull back on the rewards. Friend from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. If we should reward her, maybe with a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary. Void or rated. Must be 21 plus. Not available in all states. Terms of law. See Fanatics Casino app.
When you're at a Hard Rock in Atlantic City, a good time is guaranteed. And now, the Hard Rock Casino app gives you a true guarantee each week, no matter where you're at in Jersey. Everyone on the app gets new rewards every single Thursday. Legendary rewards like deposit matches, bonus wins, and more.
So don't check the Hard Rock Bet Casino app and see what you get.
Hard Rock Bet, roll it up. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC, all rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credits. Must be 21 plus and New Jersey to play. Network you have not open. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hproofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hproofs.com.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Wesley Financial. Sony is hiking prices for a PlayStation 5 gaming console as the company looks to offset soaring memory prices. Sony says the standard and digital versions of the PlayStation will rise by $100. The Pro Edition will go up by $150, and the portable handheld device goes up by $50. There's a shortage of memory chips resulting from AI demand, and that's pressuring prices for PCs and video game consoles. I'm Jason Brooks.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Facebook for constant notification to your online helper.
What's up, little psychos? I'm Investigator Slater, host of the Psychopedia podcast. Psychopedia is a true crime podcast delivering raw, real, and absolutely gripping episodes every single week. I dig deep to uncover fascinating details of heinous true crime cases while exploring criminology and psychology theories. I keep you into the absolute darkest corners of the human psyche, my favorite territory, and present cases like you've never heard them before. Follow and listen to Psychopedia everywhere you get your podcasts.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Facebook for constant notification to your online help questions required. Screening isn't just for the house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter. Then bring in my computer career. My computer career has me through the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years. Learn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluations to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Sponsored by Natural Lawn of America.
Cold overnight. We'll get down to around 38. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. Nice day, high 70. Saturday, 66 in the sunshine. A few clouds on Sunday with a high of 66. But we'll hit 82 on Monday. But it'll be cloudy.
Spring is here and the time to contact Natural Lawn is now. From organic fertilizer to safer weed and insect controls, Natural Lawn makes sure your lawn thrives naturally, season after season. Choose Natural Lawn and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED today. 800-FREE-SEED.
Broadcasting live from the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Talk Radio 1210 WPAC.
don't have a fast car, a fast truck. As big heavy man, my old man doesn't have problems. This has been going for a long time. I have problems.
You are the old man who has it.
We got a lot of stuff going on. We have the Polk situation, which has not been cleaned up because all of these far right, some guy named, I gotta call him now too, because there's some really evil people out there lying about what the Pope did to the Pentagon. That's been debunked. Joel Embiid hasn't been debunked though, but he's been operated on. That's the story with the six of Joel Embiid appendicitis and having his appendix removed this afternoon in Houston. He's day to day, as we all are. Aren't we all all of this stuff? Now, I want to get something funny here. Let's do something funny.
Okay, well, let's go to Canada.
I don't want to go to Canada. I've been there. But Canada now is officially the most insane place on earth. Now, that's pretty hard to say when you've got all the crazies going on.
If you've been listening to WPHT in the last week, I believe last week, Nick Hill showed it.
Everybody showed
it where they had this big conference, and people that would come up to speak were flashing their
cards.
equity card.
It's this one party up there that is made up of a woman who looked like Hitler. Blonde woman who had like a Hitler hairdo, not the mustache.
But these privilege passes, so that if you had more privilege because you had more different types of equity things, then you could speak before somebody else did. It's just absolutely insane. Well, they've gone an even step further. Now the LGBTQ acronym society.
Yeah, this is the greatest acronym of all time.
Now
I'm gonna make that my new password because it's one password.
It is grown. It is
that
grown.
no one can remember. You know how you have the strong. You know when you have to change your password and it says you put one in and it's not strong. Try something stronger.
There's no way that you would be able to remember this, Tony, though. But let's see. This is the MP Lee Gazan, who is condemning the 2026
Is this
budget.
a man or a woman? I think it's a woman.
I don't think you're allowed to ask that.
Okay.
That's,
In case you missed this, ladies and gentlemen,
this is her.
This is the new way to address people who have all been oppressed somehow in Canada. Let's go to the tape and see if you can follow along.
This is cut one.
When the budget was released, I was shocked to find out that Prime Minister Conley is cutting $7 billion between Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations. They provided $0 to deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIW, G2S, LGBTQIA+. This is abhorrent. This is callous. This is callous because the very Liberal government that has stripped organizations of life-sustaining funding has now committed $13 billion. $13 billion on military spending. Who is paying for it? Indigenous women across this country, Indigenous women, girls who have LGBTQIA+, are not safe. In fact, rates of violence are increasing. And what is the Prime Minister doing? He is turning a blind eye on this violence. You know, the Prime Minister talks a lot about projects of national interest. What is in the national interest are the lives, safety, security, and dignity, not in the national interest of Indigenous women and girls too as LGBTQIA+. Is the Prime Minister okay having Indigenous women too as LGBTQIA+ family members and organizations?
It's funny because the Indigenous people that she talks about,
well, let me just tell you,
who are they being killed by? The government? Listen, the Canadian guy's a whack job. Everybody knows that. But now when you've got these far left loonies like this group actually calling out the guy in charge in Canada.
Let me just tell you, so the LGBTQ+ acronym in Canada has now grown to.
She can say it fast. Can you say it fast 5 times?
I wouldn't even be able to remember, but this is it. It is MMIWG2SLGBTQQIA+.
Bingo!
That stands for, hold on a second, Tony, that stands for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, Girls and Two-Spirit, Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer, Questioning, Intersex, and Asexual Plus.
There you have it. I don't know if they can add to that, Robin. I don't know.
I'm sure that they can figure it out. So the community of all these people that have been oppressed supposedly also include people that are no longer alive. Did you get that?
So they're dead, but who killed these indigenous people?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. I want to know who killed all these indigenous people with 72,000 letters in their,
And I'm not trying to make fun of anybody that is technically in this community, but the acronym.
community. This is the entire world.
I know, like at a certain point, the MMIWGS2LGBTQQIA+, oh, I did that pretty good.
Yes.
It's gonna be so many letters that it's gonna take an hour to read it all off. And because of this video and their announcement of these acronyms, the memes have been off the charts.
We could play a whole hour of just memes.
The first one, this is really the only one that we're probably gonna have time for, because there's so many.
This is the.
Yes.
This is the.
So, if you wanna see them, just go on to any social.
You don't even have to watch that video. You have to listen to this, because this is the vice president. The make-believe fat version of the vice president who's now going, he's
So this is
hungry. JD Vance, AI JD Vance, playing what game, Robin?
He is the National Spelling Bee in Canada.
The National Spelling Bee in Canada.
This is cut 4.
Trying to keep up. Let's go to the team.
JD, if you spell this word correctly, you will be crowned this year's Scripps National Spelling Bee Champion. The word is meathwig2slugbuque+. Can you give me the country of origin, please? Yes, of course. The country of origin is none other than Canada. Can you give me the definition, please? A single word used to describe every minority group ever conceived, including several that are still pending approval. Mish, wig 2, slug, bucku, e+. Can you use it in a sentence? You are not a member of the Mini-Wig 2 Slug but QQEA plus community, therefore we will not be hiring you for this position. Mini-Wig 2 Slug but QEA plus. MMIWG2SLGBT plus. That is correct. You are this year's National Spelling Bee Champion. Congratulations.
There's so many of them, I wish we could play them all.
There's a disco remix version. Plus it'd be the meme makers, because that's really all social media is good for to me. There's so many liars, grifters, people trying to screw you over to get your money, to make you to think that what they're saying is believable.
But you
I
know,
mean, there's a whole list of grifters. The latest is a guy who's from Cape Paul, Florida. I didn't even know this. Sean Ryan, right? You know Sean Ryan, the guy who pretends. I mean, he was in the military, but suddenly now he's the guy that started the lies about the Pope today.
Right.
And he had sources that had the Pope was one of the Pentagon to get rid of JD Vance and all this other nonsense. But then it was changed. So then I found out that Sean Ryan, this hero, military hero, is actually a phony. His real name is an Italian last name. And he grew up here in Cape Coral, Florida, Robin.
Isn't it like, it's not Palantonio, but it's something like that, right?
I wrote it down, now I can't find it.
But Tony, before we go on to that.
Yeah, I want to mention, so the bottom line is this. What is the bottom line, Robin?
Well, we wanted to, because.
Yeah, because Canada, we can't get off Canada.
We can't get off Canada yet, because all of this, I mean, the more craziness that comes out of Canada, You know what we think of immediately when we think of crazy Canadians and blaming them for a lot of stuff that's trickling down?
The greatest musical number ever performed on television live during the Tony Awards, right?
Yes.
From the late, great genius Canadian.
Robin Williams did it the best. It is from the musical.
That's your ball of wax, Robin.
I know it was the musical of.
I don't know.
It was a South Park musical.
South Park, yeah, it was a South Park musical. Let's go to it. It is called Blame Canada, folks. Blame Canada.
Blame me for my son's stand. He saw the guy cartoon and now he's off to join the clan. My favorite quotes and my picture on his shelf. But my life even tells me to move my
They're not even a real country anyway.
I'm gonna be a doctor or a lawyer in the truth. Lady burned a black baby on the barbecue. Should we make the accent? Should we make the fight? For the doctors who will not be doing fine. No, for the RTO and the Boucher 32.
Oh.
How does South Park know?
I don't know how to do it.
I
Bunch of hosers, eh?
They must have some psychic on their staff, because this was back in 1999.
1999 that South Park moved
And they knew that Canada was completely crazy.
If you've never seen the video, that was on the Tony Awards.
Well, that one wasn't. That version was from the movie, I believe, and it was bleeped out. The one that Robin Williams.
It was on a stage at their Tony's where they were singing the same
Just
thing.
look it up on YouTube.
It's
Do the
unbelievable.
Robin Bill. Just search for Robin Williams Blame Canada. It's fantastic.
It is awesome.
Highly recommend.
Listen, I love Canada.
It's
They
beautiful.
are making it harder every single day for any of us to support them, unless they're hockey teams and they're playing from down to play hockey, and the Flyers can win their first Stanley Cup since 1976.
Or
Yes.
unless they're from Alberta and they're voting to secede from the rest of Canada. And I really hope and pray that they are successful, because Albertans are fed up.
Well, that's going to happen.
I hope so.
There is no doubt that Alberta will secede from Canada. And they become part of, maybe we can give them Minnesota and we'll take Alberta down here. How about that? That's great. I think that may be one of those, because listen, I love Minnesota. The people are great. But unfortunately, they have that one little cancerous region there, which is the Twin Cities. The people who are running that, the governor and the mayor and all the other whack jobs in Minnesota, they're the one. I will take Alberta straight up. Maybe a couple of cottage cases of maple syrup, the really good stuff, not the fake stuff that's got all sugar in it. The real maple, where they put it, where they stick the thing in the tree, then they get the sap out, and then they tap that baby. That's what she said. I'm gonna tap that tree.
Tony, they make good beer too. They have some good beer.
Yeah, Molson's all right. I know. It's
Canadian whiskey.
Canadian Club. That's cheap stuff, though. You gotta take a break. We're coming back. In the 5 o'clock hour, ladies and gentlemen, call your friends, wake your neighbors. Rich Cioli, live in the flesh, I believe for the first time ever, with us.
I think so. We did a crossover once, which
Yeah,
was
but this is gonna be real. It's gonna be real, it's gonna be raw, and you're gonna love it. Rick Cioli will chop it up with us coming up at the 5 o'clock hour. We're taking a break, coming back. Much more still ahead. It's Tony Bruno, Miss Robin, the afternoon show on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Barrier Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
Complaint this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winnings that's going on with our fan cash spins game. I implore you to pull back on the rewards. Friend from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. We should reward her. Give her a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary. Waiver rated. Must be 21 plus. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino.
Hard Rock is built on service, from Atlantic City to hotels and cafes around the world. The Hard Rock Bet Casino app, that's no different.
When you want to withdraw your money, it's secure. Get paid ASAP. And when you need help, it's available 24/7. Real service based right here in Jersey.
Roll with the Hard Rock Bet Casino app, a name you trust. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC. All rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credits. Must be 21 plus and New Jersey to play. That was your head, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hproofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hproofs.com.
Welcome to Radio Rental. The scariest stories you've ever heard in your life. All told by real people. And off we go. This wasn't a human being that I saw. There's something here in this house. Something out of this world.
There was a woman moving through the hall. I stepped back and I was completely alone.
Radio Rental is available now. Listen for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Hi, this is Don Giordano. You know your smile is more than a first impression. It reflects your overall health. Expert care is available from board-certified prosthodontist Dr. Robert Bentz and Dr. Emily Bentz. The Bentz team specializes in advanced and complex dental cases. They have the latest technology and expert experience. They deliver the most accurate diagnosis from the start and build a plan for your dental and overall health. Get the smile you really want. Get on the road to better dental health. Call the Bentz Dental Group, 610-272-6949, BentzDentalGroup.com.
You know what I love? American-made products, baby. That's right. It's Rich Zioli. American-made products, and that's what you get from Emmons Roofing and Siding. Owens Corning shingles are made in New Jersey. Certainty Siding made right outside of Philly. Provia windows and doors handcrafted in Ohio. And because Emmons is platinum with Owens Corning, your roof comes with a lifetime workmanship warranty. That's accountability on American-made quality from an American company right in our backyard. EmmonsRoofing.com. EmmonsRoofing.com.
Poor Rocahana and that Thomas Massey studied TVs today. Got the Melania the song undressing them. Nobody wants to see them undressed, especially Rocahana. But anyway, we'll talk with Rich Zioli about that. Coming up at the top of the hour. Plus, we went up north to Canada and ripped the Canadians. Not all Canadians, just the whack ones. But now we have to go down under.
Yeah, because there's some whack ones down under too.
Well, especially the people running that country.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. The real people that live in Australia, the honest to God.
The kangaroos?
No, the people of the earth that are out there working hard. They know what it's all about. And here in the United States, we also have a problem with people, trying to push this Green New Deal, getting rid of all of coal and all the other options that we have. Well, let's go down. This is cut 9. Now, I apologize that this, you'll see that
Is it heavily edited?
it's heavily edited. And if you want the real version, go ahead and email me and I'll send it to you, because we can't play it on the air. But this is Salt of the Earth. This is a guy being interviewed about the energy crisis and what Australia government wants to do about it.
The future looks like regarding electrification and battery electric vehicles in your mining operation zone.
Well, we have coal because we've got the biggest coal deposits in the world, but we're not allowed to stuff, so the world's losing really. It's all right to be idealistic, but you also have to be realistic. And until the lights go out, the idiots that want to be green on everything and not do mining, not do coal, not do anything, they're going to have to go back and use candles and live in tents, and then they'll wear, no, you might laugh, but it's true. But you understand what I'm talking about. I'm not talking, I'm talking reality. If we don't get realistic, it's as simple as that. We're not allowed to use uranium. We've got the biggest uranium deposits in the world in Australia. We're not allowed to mine stuff. So when half these die, well, the world will be a better place. And then those of us that survive will then get it going again. Wait. My next door neighbour, I was talking to him, he's a lawyer, so he's not an idiot. Well, he is, but that's another problem. But he said, oh, that's right, you just put plugs along the highway. And I said, but if you haven't got source from a power station, plugs on the highways aren't going to do. Do you understand that? The people don't understand. They think the electricity comes out of space. But if you haven't got a charging system, which is a steam coal burning power station, how can you charge your batteries? Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Well, there's a lot of and that's the problem with the world.
Thank you.
They are the Canadians, I mean,
Australian.
They curse more than I do.
And he used some very, very colorful language. It wasn't just the F word, it was a bunch of other things as well. And I agree, Chris Donahue, 100% bravo to this guy. And you know, people that know, like you cannot, like, have some common sense, people.
This has been a crazy day, and it's going to continue in the 5 o'clock hour.
Yes.
Because we have the great Rick Ziola, and now you have Melania Trump, you got the Pope, and then the Pope met with David Axelrod, an Obama lapdog. What was he talking to David Axelrod about? That's what
Well, David Axelrod, if people do not remember, he's the one that convinced made those laws where the nuns had to offer condoms and other contraceptives, and the hospital that they were running, and
Yes,
actually
exactly.
abortion. I mean, that's able to David Axelrod did everything against the Catholic, that the Catholic Church is against, and somehow or another the Pope is now taking advice from him. How does that make sense?
It doesn't. Nothing makes sense. We're finding out that all the people that people trusted on social media are now all concrete cowards. And so that's what happens, and I'm glad Axe, and I'm for free speech, but what they're doing now is they're basically purging bots at the rate of 208 per minute.
Can't happen fast enough.
Yeah, because you can't have people who go on there and lie and say libelous things. You can do memes and funny stuff, but everybody knows it's parody and it's AI.
Right, well, what they're doing is there's people that are lying, and then they're getting these bots to retweet them and stuff like that to make that engagement.
And that's how they make a lot of money scamming you, the American public, or people from all over the world. I mean, all over the world. And a lot of the people you thought were really smart influencers from other countries turn out to be weasels as well. So don't trust anybody except Tony Bruno, Miss Robin, and the rest of the staff, including Rich Cioli, who's going to join us coming up at the 5 o'clock hour, live right here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals Inc.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
7 complaints this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spins game. I implore you to pull back on the rewards. Friends from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. If we should reward her, maybe with a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary. Void prohibited. Must be 21 plus. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino app.
I believe in you.
Just four simple words, but to a child in need, they mean the world. I believe in you means you have potential. You are special. You matter. When you become a child sponsor with Save the Children, you're saying, I believe in you. You are smart. You're capable. You will overcome obstacles that most can't imagine. Your sponsorship says to a child, I believe that you deserve a successful start to life and a solid foundation to build upon. I believe you're worthy of good nutrition, quality health care, and the opportunity that education unlocks. Becoming a Save the Children sponsor sends a powerful message of support. It says, I am here for you, to lift you up, to cheer you on, and to celebrate your success. Because when you believe in a child, you empower them to believe in themselves. I believe in you. Just four simple words that can bring hope, that can change a life. Visit sponsor.savethechildren.org today and tell a child in need, I believe in you.
Hard Rock is built on service, from Atlantic City to hotels and cafes around the world. The Hard Rock Bet Casino app, that's no different.
When you want to withdraw your money, it's secure. Get paid ASAP. And when you need help, it's available 24/7. Real service is right here in Jersey.
Roll with the Hard Rock Bet Casino app, a name you trust. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC. All rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credits. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey to play. Bet what you had, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hproofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hproofs.com.
Hey y'all, I'm Maddie. And I'm Poodle. And together we host the podcast Reality Games. We are two ridiculous homosexuals who love nothing more than talking about reality television and tearing it into it. So whether it's 90 Day Fiance, Love is Blind, Love After Lockup, or any other trash TV show about lonely hearts looking for love, your gay bestie's got you covered, y'all. New shows every week. Follow and listen to Reality Gaze wherever you get your podcasts.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, I found Nirvana! I win! They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Now must stay, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Minimum is must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply. In Apple.
Paso, Texas says he now groups his deliveries according to their destination within the city.
So we run the order, the east side, the west side. That way they're not zigzagging or going the lower town.
Gas Buddies Patrick DeHaan says drivers should expect volatility because it's very difficult to foresee what may happen beyond the next 48 hours. First Lady Melania Trump has made a statement about the Jeffrey Epstein case. CBS's Linda Kenyon explains.
The First Lady denies she had anything to do with the convicted child sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
I never been friends with Epstein.
Calling those who have said otherwise mean-spirited.
His images and stories are completely false.
Melania Trump also said it is time for the truth to come out.
Now is the time for Congress to act.
Starting, she said, with a public hearing.
Give these victims the opportunity to testify under oath.
Saying, quote, then and only then we will have the truth. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
NASA's Artemis 2 mission is scheduled for splashdown tomorrow evening after a historic mission around the moon. Orion is due to land 40 miles southwest of San Diego in a high-speed hot re-entry. NASA's Amit Kshatriya.
It's impossible to say you don't have irrational fears left, right? But I'd tell you I don't have any irrational fears about what's going to happen. We've done the work we need to, and I have full confidence in the team, the recovery team, the electrical team, analysis, the work we did.
A new study links forever chemicals to childhood asthma. The study followed children who were born in a town in Sweden where firefighting foam contaminated the drinking water. Lead researcher Annalise Bloomberg at Sweden's Lund University.
They had a higher risk of asthma in childhood compared to children whose mothers never were exposed to this contaminated drinking water.
The Live Nation antitrust trial nears the end as the lawyer for 34 states labels the concerts giant a monopolist. This is CBS News. What is going on?
What's going on here? I was responsible for the storytelling starts here.
Come on.
Why? It's time for 60 minutes.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents. So when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn safe listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines closing. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Exhibit opening tomorrow at Buckingham Palace celebrates the 100th anniversary of the birth of the late Queen Elizabeth. The exhibition at the Palace King's Gallery is chock full of more than 300 items, from tiaras, turbans, and wedding necklaces, to a silver lame bridesmaid dress Queen Elizabeth wore when she was 8 years old. Each dress and matching bloomers worn by a stunt double who parachuted into the 2012 Olympics. I can't open the Games of London. The exhibit is open until mid-October. Queen died in 2022 at the age of 96. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News. U.S. applications for unemployment benefits rose last week. The number of Americans applying for jobless aid for the week ending April 1st rose by 16,000 to 219,000 from the previous week's 203,000. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
WPHT, HD, WOTL, HD3 here, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the Power of One with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Now, the drive at 5. 30 minutes of non-stop talk. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
Billy! Afternoon fight coming. 1210 WPHT.
Rolling in the Billy on the airways hot. Tony Bruno's leading the charts, giving all his got. This weapon's right there, keeping shopping true. No spreading, no safe space, just straight talk coming through. From Eagles Park right to the latest TV man. Cut through the noise, no time for less.
Crank it loud!
Tony Bruno. 3 to 6 on WPHT, we're storming the town.
Last thing you look now is just spinning the songs, keeping us on track.
No nothing, no mercy.
It's a drive at 5, baby. You're ready for it. It's like the always coming in. Except it's real. He is the Pope. He is the man with the plan. He's internationally known and known to rock the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have the walk-up music from Rich Cioli appearing on this program for the first time? Let's play the music, please.
From Philly to Jersey, everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
Rich Cioli got the show that flows.
Oh, yeah. I resemble
Way to
that.
the line, folks tune to die. Cioli got the show that makes you wanna smile. Sometimes you'll hear the guys complain, but he just ain't ready. You gotta swallow the wit.
Everything's well, he's chosen right there, throwing his back, and he's going to referee. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor. Through the phone, Rich Cioli's in the house here at the private son.
Rich, I didn't realize that your walk-up song is so penny dropping.
Yeah.
Well, I loved watching you dance, Robin. It was sexy. I'm not gonna lie. It was hot. And I appreciate the Pope, except didn't you open the show today by calling the Pope the devil, the Antichrist, something or other?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the amazing thing, Rich, it's been a crazy day, as you know. You got the Pope, and then you have all these fake influencers being taken off of X, and you have Donald Trump ripping all of his former allies. But did you see the latest Donald Trump? We got to start with that. He went off on everybody today, except you. I think he still likes you, Rich.
Depends on, well, you prove well, I mean, the day's not over yet, Tony. You see, it's only 5 o'clock.
Yeah, did you see all the people? I mean, it's the longest, but we don't even have time to read.
It's a long list. It's Tucker Carlson's the first name, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones, and that's just the warm up.
Yeah. And then another guy was exposed. I didn't even know he was from Cape Coral. That Sean Ryan guy. It's like a list of people. They're all unveiling themselves. They're taking the veils down because Sean Ryan started that Pope thing, the lie about the Pope is going after. He's going to excommunicate J.D. Vance. All these crazy rumors about what the Pope said. But even when we played the actual video of the Pope making the statement, I think he's a little out of line for the Pope to tell Donald Trump, and by the way, not talk about the slaughter of Christians all over the world, and trying to equate the war with, innocent people being killed. Listen, I'm a Catholic, I'm a bad Catholic, but I think the Pope was out of line today.
Well, listen, I mean, we're all bad Catholics in our own way, Tony, and, you can go after the Pope. I'll go after the Pope because he's a Nova graduate, and they stole my basketball coach from Maryland, so I'm happy to do that. That's fine with me.
Well, I mean, listen, the war, nobody likes war, but for the Pope to say it's unjust and innocent people are being massacred and not mentioning what the regime has done to their own people and children, to me, it's like, that's not the Pope's job. The Pope's got a lot of other problems to deal with. And the hosts are fresh and the wine is not Sauterne. You gotta get Sauterne out of the church. That's the worst wine you can pour. I'm sorry.
I'm just telling you this. My daughter on Sunday looked at me at church and turned to me and said, "Now we got to go eat the stale cracker, Dad." My 9-year-old. So they're not making them fresh, Tony. Folks not listening to you. Not happening.
We got so many great bakeries in the Philadelphia area. Why doesn't the Pope get away from Chicago and all the goons there? And then he meets with the guy who hates Catholics and had a meeting with Obama's guy.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
Axelrod.
David Axelrod had a private meeting with the Pope.
A lot of people get private meetings with the Pope if they pay. It's all big business. You got to read Gerald Posner's book, God's Bankers, all about the Vatican and the bank, and you know what I mean. It's big money. There are powerful South Jersey political bosses who have had private meetings with the Pope, and they became Catholic, like with the Pope. You know what I mean? Like lifelong Catholics like us, we don't have a chance. You could be a non-Catholic, write a check, Catholic on demand, the Pope. You know what I mean? Must be nice.
Doesn't the Pope be worrying about all the people that are getting gunned down on the streets of his city, Chicago, every night? How many people have died in Chicago while their mayor there is an absolute buffoon?
Well, listen, I mean, popes don't like war except if it's World War II and they're, hiding money from the Nazis, which they did in the Vatican Bank, by the way. They helped them funnel money. So there's that awkwardness. Yeah.
Now, of course, we got other people sweating today. You've got Melania Trump going up there, and I think Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna now have left the country. They finally got out of here. And now they're actually accusing Melania Trump of doing what they said that they were going to do when they lied about the people. Remember that big show that Ro Khanna put on with Thomas Massey about, well, we're going to bring the people out there and then he identified wrong people in the lineup. Remember that? That's not that long ago.
No, and now Ro Khanna's hanging out with that whack Hassan Piker, who said it was okay for women to get raped on October 7th. The blood of Catholics is still on the streets. Rick Scott should be killed. I mean, the list goes on, and Ro Khanna was defending hanging out with this guy. So give me a freaking break. These people are such hypocrites.
How about Summer Lee from Pennsylvania up in the Pittsburgh area at that same rally?
Yeah, she's a whack job too.
I know, who the hell elects these people? And she goes to Minnesota
to hobnob with these people who are screaming F ICE and F the USA and all the other stuff. They hate America, yet people keep electing these people.
They hate America, and yet they think everybody should be able to come to this horrible place. And no, you know what I mean? This awful, oppressive, patriarchal, racist country where the MMIGBLBQTPG should all be allowed to come to this awful, horrible country with no borders whatsoever and share in the misery of this horrible place. Like, if you hate America this much, wouldn't you say everybody should be leaving, not coming in, but they want everybody to come in? Doesn't make any sense. If I'm in a bad party, and I hate the party, and I hate the people, I try to do the Irish exit. I don't try to bring other people in. You know? I try to leave.
What's an Irish exit?
Well, you don't tell anybody that you're leaving, you just slip out the back door.
No, you gotta bring a drink, you gotta have a beer in your hand at least. Nobody's leaving an open bar without a beer in their hand if you're gonna make the quick Irish exit.
The Irish is by, yeah.
Yeah, they empty their glass before they leave. Don't get me wrong.
No, you gotta go get a to-go cup.
Yeah, versus the Italian goodbye, which takes 4 hours because you gotta hug everybody and kiss everybody, and the people you first hugged and kissed, now they want another hug and kiss before you go, so you never actually leave. It goes on in perpetuity. That's why I love the Irish. They drink, and then it's like, what happened? He's gone. He just pulled it, you know. I love it. That's the way you do it. Now, but they should do it that for America. This is such a horrible country, and you hate this country so much for shit to leave and all the other whack jobs. You should all be doing the Irish exit. Just one day they're just gone. They just left. Hate this place.
Exactly. It's an outrage, Rich. I don't know what to do, man. At least we don't. At least Mike. By the way, I gotta give you love for offering to help Mike Missinelli find legal help.
Do the least I can do. The least I can do. Yeah, thank you.
So you didn't see it because he blocked you like he's blocked everybody else.
Actually, I'm unblocked.
You're unblocked?
I was blocked by Mike Missinelli when I was working with him. Now all of a sudden I'm unblocked. What happened?
Wow. He's probably trying to figure out if you're saying something.
No, he would know. He would know. I mean, he was talking to me. Listen, I don't like to dance on people's graves. But I think there's a line. There's a line. When you allegedly you are a fucking woman, and I know that he has problems breaking his hands to producers and stuff, and others. But you know, this is something I don't wish death on anyone, except to the Mullers and all the other people.
Consequences. There's nothing wrong with wishing consequences on.
No, I had nothing to do with it. But the bottom line is, this is. I don't know how you. The guy's 70 years old, and listen. I'm 73 and I'm married, so I'm not going to knock old guys marrying younger broads. You know what I mean? Because that's what we all do.
And you got very lucky, by the way. And I'm assuming if you raised the hand of Miss Robin, she'd kick your ass, Tony. So I wouldn't. No, and you wouldn't. That's the thing. And you wouldn't. And you're a gentleman, and you wouldn't do that. And that's okay. So this is why I hate Mike Missinelli for so many reasons. He comes after me for no reason whatsoever, calls me a racist. Then I respond to him and he blocks me. So the guy's a coward. And he's done this to so many people. And he's pompous. And I always judge people by how you treat people that are like lowering street shaming you up. You know what I mean? So if you treat your producers like they're scum of the earth. Now, DeSantis doesn't count because everybody treats them that way, obviously. So like you get a pass with DeSantis, right?
No, you've been mean to Matt DeSantis. I've been nice to him. Robert, there's no doubt that you've been mean to Matt DeSantis. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, no, but that's understandable. And actually, that is a papal commandment that I'm following. I have to be mean to Matt. But I treat Justin great. Ask Justin. He'll tell you I treated him, right, Justin?
Absolutely. There's nobody better.
See? Thank you.
Poor Matt.
You better say that, Justin. You better say that. I'll come to your house again. Now, the time you had car trouble, that wasn't just a fluke. But Missinelli treats the people under him bad, and then now he slaps a woman. I don't give a don't treat to slap a woman. You don't slap a woman, period.
No. That's it. That's to me. That's the line that you can't cross.
And allegedly, that's not the first.
Listen, I yell at Robin all the time, but I'm Italian. But I've never raised. Have I ever raised my hand to you, Robin?
Never.
I feel like except when you ask me for this thing, nice little tap on the butt. You know what I mean?
I don't think anyone needed to know that or hear that.
Well, I just want her to know that if she asked for it, not in the face, but just just a nice little smack on the rump.
There's nothing wrong with a little thank you.
Let's do a little demonstration, shall we? I think everybody watching on YouTube right now would love a little demo of how exactly the slap on the butt works. So,
It's only if I'm in the mood.
It's consensual butt slapping. Come on, Rich, you know that.
you know, Robin, how you get in the mood for that is that's a mystery. That I'm guessing requires some sort of medication or herbal supplement of some sort. Am I right?
No. It's at the drop of a hat sometimes, but we digress. We
The
digress.
great Rich Viola, of course, you can hear him. He's always on Fox News. Did you do Fox News today? Did you do the, what's the show with Dana Perino?
No, I didn't do it today. That was what did I do it? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, I was on with Dana Tuesday.
Now, you're still doing your show. Are you going to be on after us again tonight at 6 o'clock?
Yeah, I do my podcast. People can watch it on YouTube. Just go to Rich Zeoli Show. Just type Zeoli and you find it. And then they can listen right here at 6 o'clock on PHT. And I'll be back on Fox soon. I keep getting bummed for the war. I picked the wrong week to stop speaking Farsi. You know what I mean? Because I used to speak it all the time. And I spoke Persian. I knew all my stuff. And then I forgot. I took 5 years of it in high school, and I don't remember a single word. So they keep bumping me for this freaking war. That's why I hope it ends. I hope it ends today so that we can start getting back to topics that I actually know what I'm talking about, or at least I can fake it, and then I won't get bumped anymore. You know what I mean?
You're not an expert on war and war crimes and all the other things that there's.
War crimes, yes. War crimes, absolutely. Because I'm a huge fan of war crimes. Like if blowing up bridges is a war crime, I hope somebody blows up one of ours. I mean, let's bring it on, see what happens. I mean, I'm tired of paying Easy Pass. The tolls are ridiculous, and they keep raising them. So.
Well, blow it up. I mean, the Baltimore Bridge did,
Yeah. Well, we had a parking garage up there at Grace Ferry that they built so that people could park, in the Phil Children's Hospital area, and then it started falling down, and one person died. Now they're looking for more people who may be stuck in that building up there right off.
How can that happen to a brand new building in this day and age in the United States? I don't get it.
You think they're telling us something? You think they're hiding something, Robin?
I don't know. I don't think that they're hiding something, but I think that somebody got hired that shouldn't have been hired.
Oh, like a DEI hire? Probably.
Or like a no bid contract, where they get the guys in there and they say, hey, I'll do it for $50. But that's I didn't know we had, the situation. Josh Shapiro, by the way. I don't know if you're a Josh Shapiro fan.
Do I look like a Josh Shapiro fan? I'm sorry. What is it? The curly hair? I want to be a Josh Shapiro fan.
But Josh Shapiro, every second of every day, he's got 21 full-time people that work on propping him up every second. And he's running for president. He knows he's got the governorship in the bank. So he's going up with that bowing to Reverend Al in New York City, the NAN thing, which is embarrassing. And then every hour he's talking about Trump. Wait, is this true? Is this AI? And Hunter Biden is challenging Eric Trump and Donald Trump to a cage match?
Oh, I'm sure.
Is that AI or is that real?
I'm sure it's true. You know why? Because he just announced that he is $15 million in debt, and he's probably trying to find creative ways to make money again.
Well, that cocaine won't buy itself, Robin.
By the way, is this a real story too? Former Franklin Mills poised for a youth baseball complex with a Margaritaville water park up there. Remember that, Franklin Mills?
Tony, you have more ADD than I do. I mean, this is amazing to me. Why are you just going down this road of just reading random stuff? We're having a conversation. We're in the middle of a conversation about Josh Shapiro. We're about to make permanent points. Now you're talking about freaking amusement parks getting built. Where are you going?
News from Business Journal. I want to keep it live, local, and late breaking.
Who cares about a freaking amusement park in Quakertown being built? Who gives a blank?
That's up there in the far northeast, man.
Rich, can I ask you a question? Because this has been brought to my
Yes, Robert.
We have other people on the chat room have pointed out that you and Tony are very similar in the way you think. You both
Rich has beautiful hair. I'm bald.
No. About the way you think. That you're kind of like you guys both are crazy.
All over the place, crazy, unpredictable, uncontrollable.
And that I should get in contact with your wife, and that we need to join. We need to
to start our own support group.
Yeah, yeah, you should. You and Bridget should talk, and I should mail him some of my Ritalin because he's clearly not taking enough of it, and he needs some.
I'm not on.
You're like a cat. You know what you are? You're like a cat who like sees like those beams, those laser beams, and starts to, I mean, my God.
It is.
I just don't want to miss anything, listen,
Miss anything? You're going online, you're like, I don't know, is this real? Godzilla just announced that he's invaded Tokyo. Is this AI? Is Godzilla back? What's happening right now?
No, it's absolutely true. Tony's like, he'll be talking to you all of a sudden, squirrel.
No, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those guys.
He is. I tried to tell him that he has ADD. He swears, he's absolutely convinced it's not true. And everybody and their mother says, yes, Tony, you have ADD. And
I'm not on medication for it, but I do take stuff.
That's obvious. I think we'd love to see you, what some sort of a ADD medication would do to Tony Brewer. Like, I'd pay for that experiment.
I don't have ADD.
You literally just forgot what we were talking about 2 seconds ago.
Oh, Josh Shapiro. I mean, let's keep ripping Josh Shapiro. I could go all day on
I have an admission to make.
What?
I have slipped Tony one of my Adderalls because I have ADD and I've known it for a while. I slipped one of my Adderalls. It was awesome. He finished a project. It was great. But I can only do that every now and then before he figures
Oh
out.
my God, Miss Robin is drugging Tony. I love this. It's like a plot from the pit. So you got him like doing chores and stuff around the house. If you're drinking a little more coffee, Tony, and let's focus.
I've been having cups today, but I'm high on life. I don't need medication. I don't need drugs. I don't need alcohol, tobacco, or firearms. Now I have firearms, but I don't need them. I only have them when I need them. You gotta have them nearby, especially in Florida. Well, no, we don't need firearms in Florida because nobody messes with us down there. You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah. No, I know.
So now when are you going to be back doing the whole thing again? So to speak. Because the thing is, what you do.
When are you going to be slapping Miss Robin's butt? That's what we all want to know, all right? That's what we want to know.
It's a Thursday night, the weekend's coming up. No, seriously, you don't know when you're going to be on, with Dana Perino and
Well,
other guy?
No, I do. I have next week, and then the week after that too. And I was supposed to be on Monday, but and then they had to move that. That was on Laura Ingram's show because Trump said, the civilization was going to end tomorrow, so they had to make room for that. I'm not an expert on civilizations coming to an end, so they had to put me for somebody else, which was a bummer. But here's what I do know about Josh Shapiro, who I'm not a fan of. He's got a real problem. You may have noticed in Michigan they hate the Jews because that Hassan Piker guy is going in with the guy who's running for U.S. Senate in Michigan. And that's also the guy who was heard on that phone call saying, let's not talk about the Ayatollah Khomeini's death because it might make people in Dearborn, Michigan sad. So they got a freaking crazy anti-Jew problem in that state, and that's a must-win state, Michigan. So, Shapiro thinks he's running for president. He's got another thing coming. That party's never going to nominate him. You can't tell me that if you're going to run around with a guy who's got 4 million influence, he's an influencer, this Hassan Piker, 4 million followers, and he thinks that Israel is committing genocide, and he doesn't mind that women get raped. And you think a Jewish guy is going to be able to win the nomination in that political party? No freaking chance. None whatsoever.
No, you're right. People who freak out about what Trump says, this guy's calling Asian women the names. He's telling them to do sexual acts. He's calling for blood on the streets. This guy is an absolute. Listen, he has a right to say it, but people should know. He's a disgusting human being, and he's an influencer. But the bottom line is, this guy's dangerous, and so is this other dude. And if he wins, did people learn anything from New York with Bongani, who lies every day, and now he's saying, we need to. I can't believe that we keep electing these people, Rich. What is going on?
Well, we are not electing these people. Crazy people are electing these people. And the thing about it is that they keep doing it. I mean, I don't understand exactly what they're teaching these people in college today. but I really believe that we're in trouble. Like they don't think of socialism or communism as a bad thing. And we grew up understanding that was bad. I think they think it's the utopia, and they're driven to that message. That's why they love AOC. That's why they love Bernie. It's why they love Mamdani. They think that's the answer, and there are a lot of them out there. I mean, and unfortunately, a lot of these people are very good on television, very good on radio and podcasts and everything else. They've got huge platforms, and they're selling people a lie. They're selling people a lie that they're going to get free stuff, and all you got to do is just tax the wealthy and tax the rich, and then they can't understand why everybody's moving to Florida or Texas. You know, and they're leaving California, and they're leaving New York, and they're leaving these blue states, and they're going to red states. Now, the good news for you guys is you're going to pick up seats in the House, you're going to pick up electoral college votes, and red states are going to have more influence going into the presidential election, but that's not till 2032. So, you know, in the meantime, we got to deal with all these whack jobs.
A lot of things can go wrong between now and 2032.
I don't even know if I'm gonna be alive in 2032. I just take it one day at a time like
Well,
this.
if Robin keeps poisoning you, I don't know if you are going to be alive in 2032. And I want to know what else she's slipping in your drinks besides Adderall.
Mix their vitamins. Come on.
No, I took my magnesium.
You married Bill Cosby.
No, I don't slip anything in Robin's drinks.
No.
She slips them in for herself.
What was I, it's did you see now that the blue states are all talking about an exit tax? That if somebody decides that they want to leave.
They're surprised up in Oregon
Yeah.
and Washington State that people are leaving, so we gotta find a way to punish them if they wanna leave. That's how it works.
They should do the Irish goodbye and just leave. They should just, that's what they should do. Don't tell them.
But in California, one of the things that they're talking about, so that you wouldn't be able to just do the Irish goodbye, is they're talking about if you want to sell your house, if you stay in California, they won't charge it. But if you sell your house and then leave, they're going to charge you $30,000.
That's crazy.
To be able to, and then they're going to take it out of your sale of your house. That's insane.
We should have Bill we're using to just kill people with golf carts. That would be easier, you know?
I mean, that's the same thing as a guy sitting on death row for murdering somebody, but come on, you know that.
It's the same exact thing as how you bond with them, Tony. You talk about how you killed your sister with a golf cart. Then you remind them you're a pretty blonde lady and you know, you're not in prison, you know, like you guys are. Sucks to be you, but I killed somebody too, so we're just the same, except you're in prison. I'm not. Other than that,
Rich, I'm disappointed that when you came down here in Florida again this spring, you did not make the trek down.
Well, now you know there's a whole suite. We have a guest
You have a
suite.
suite just
You
for
can
you.
come- Yeah, we can.
Your own private bathroom with a 12-foot ceiling, a shower that's 12 feet tall, multiple sprayers.
Wow.
I mean, you're not getting that. You're not getting that up in Fishtown. You know what I mean?
No, you're not getting that. But then when I hear this sound, I'm gonna know what that is. in the room next door. Well,
No, we're on the second floor. We have a soundproof room upstairs. You know what I mean?
And then I gotta worry about Robin slipping me drugs too now. So I got that. I gotta worry about slapping and getting slipped on a roofie.
Either that, or you just need to worry about me and Bridget commiserating and planning things together.
You should do it. You should talk to Bridget about that. She's a wonderful woman. She puts up with me. I don't know how she does it. And I've got more medical issues than you, Tony. So, you know, I mean, Robin and Bridget can commiserate on all the medical issues that we have. So here we go.
No, I just want to be happy every day. I wake up every morning, you know, I've got the gift of life. I'm living in Florida. My family's all up, living the dream. I'm in me. And again, you know,
and I just, you know, he's going to jail. So I mean, she's like,
I don't beat up listeners or women. I mean, I know I treat everybody the same, like crap, the old lie. No, when I go out in public, and you do the same thing. When you go out and the people come out to see you, whether it's in, you know, down at Cape May or wherever you go, people realize that we're approachable. We can talk to people. That's what people want, because you're like me. I don't think we look down or talk down to our fans or our audience. And I've been doing this for a long, long time. When people realize that you're approachable, you can talk to them and you're not going to blow them off or treat them like garbage, they realize that, you know, it's not, we were talking about Howard Stern earlier. People forget where they came from. And that's been my motto my entire career in life. I never forgot where I came from. I'm the same guy I've always been. Because when people, oh, what happened to you, Tony? Nothing happened to me. I'm the same guy, as they say in Valerie, as the song Valerie by who did it?
Me.
I'm the same guy I used to be. Remember that song? What's the guy's name, Robin?
I don't know.
Stevie Winwood. Stevie Winwood, the song Valerie. Steve Winwood. Valerie, come and see. I'm the same boy I used to be.
You're a legend.
You know what I mean?
That's what you are. You're a freaking legend, Tony Bruno. And you're not going to jail, unlike Missinelli. So this is a good
I don't know. I mean, no, he's not going to jail. You think he's going to jail? Are you making a prediction right now?
Nah, I probably won't go to jail. When he's got that love shot everywhere, it's a bad look, too. I mean,
I know. I thought I was.
The Trump derangement syndrome creates this, like, he looks like Bruce Springsteen and Rosie O'Donnell, and like they formed into one person. His face is all disheveled.
Yeah. Silverman was one of my best friends. He's become Rosie O'Donnell, Matt Al. All these people look alike when they get older.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, but you, Rich, you're aging well, man. I mean, I know you've had health situations, but you look good, man.
Well, you guys look fantastic, especially you, Robin. You got a glow to you. You got a beautiful glow. I'll tell you what.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We gotta keep that blood going. Rich.
Oh man, you're the best, Rich.
You're the best.
It's an honor to be associated with you.
This is fun. I like this. And thanks for inviting me on, you guys. I was really excited. This is really nice. And I'm going to walk my dog now and see who's more distractible, Gary at 6 months or Tony Bruno at 73. And I will report back.
Here. Now, does your dog run after rabbits? We have rabbits everywhere. And that's true about rabbits. They screw like rabbits. We got 1 million rabbits in our neighborhood.
Well, based on the scouting, I think you got what?
No, that's a long gone. Trust me, Rich. There are no more rabbits in this household. On the outside, yes, but not on the inside.
No. The rabbit didn't die in this house.
No.
The rabbit doesn't get into this house. You know what I'm saying? The great Rich Ciola is, let me put my hands together. Let's give him a roaring round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys are the best. Love you.
Rich Ciola. Love you, man. There he is. Look at the guys. Look, the same ring.
Yeah.
We're twins, basically, except he's good looking, he's got great hair, and I'm bald.
You guys, nobody noticed you both have those round cheekbones.
Well, what cheekbones supposed to be?
No, like I mean, you have very similar cheekbone structure.
It's an Italian.
It must be. It must be the
It's a
Italian.
good gene, so to speak.
Tony's gotta go quick.
All right. We got more to talk about. And we have open line. We haven't taken a phone call because we've had so many great guests today. 855-839-1210. That's the number. 855-839-1210. That is the number. You call, we talk. It's the final half hour. Tony Bruno, Rick Robin, it's 1210 WPHT.
Free speech alive. Follow 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
Wherever you go, whatever they get into, from chill time to everyday adventures, protect your dog from parasites with Credelio Quattro. For full safety information, side effects, and warnings, visit CredeliaQuattroLabel.com. Consult your vet or call 1-888-545-5973. Ask your vet for Credelio Quattro and visit QuattroDog.com.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
10th complaint this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash system. I implore you to pull back on the rewards. Friend from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. We should reward her. Give her a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary. Void or prohibited. Must be 21 plus. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino app.
When you're at a Hard Rock in Atlantic City, a good time is guaranteed. And now, the Hard Rock Casino app gives you a true guarantee each week, no matter where you're at in Jersey.
Everyone on the app gets new rewards every single Thursday. Legendary rewards like deposit matches, bonus spins, and more.
Just open up the Hard Rock Casino app and see what you get.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC. All rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credits. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey to play. Not worth your head, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to Radio Rental. The scariest stories you've ever heard in your life. All told by real people. And all we know.
This wasn't a human being that I saw. There's something here in this house. Something not of this world.
There was a woman moving through the hall. I stepped back and I was completely in love.
Radio Rental is available now. Listen for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Susan G. Komen, we believe that ending breast cancer needs all of us working together. Because if you've just been diagnosed and don't know where to turn, we've got you. If you can't afford the treatment you need, we've got you. And if you are driven to honor the loved one you just lost, we have a place for you here. Because of you, we're supporting those who need help today while tirelessly searching for tomorrow's cures. Visit Komen.org and be a part of our Susan G. Komen community today.
Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hproofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hproofs.com.
Radio 1210 WPT from the Piazza Auto Group Studios. Experience the power of one. 8 brands and 25 locations.
That's not total one spot. Try to insure me. You know where I heard this one recently? He was in that movie with, where he plays two characters.
Mike and Nick and Alex. She's a fantastic movie.
It's Chris Ball and, who's the other dude in it? Yeah, David, not David, Matthew Marsden, and then Liza Gonzalez, who's spectacular, crazy movie. And that's what's good. That's a good movies to watch, you know what I mean?
Yes. Whew. That was high energy segment with Rich. That was awesome.
I think the entire program has been high up.
It has been, but I really enjoy it. And it's so funny because have you ever met Rich face to face?
Of course. Once, I think.
I have not. I have not.
I don't even remember now.
I think we were sitting in front of him at spring training one year, and we did not realize he was literally a couple rows behind us.
Yeah, it was spring training up in Clearwater, Florida.
We were on social media, and then we're like, oh my God, and he's left already. I don't think we've ever met him face to face, but I feel like I know him so much better than
I know him.
I know
him. Wow.
Wow is right. Tony.
I know we're having problems with the phone line, so people calling in.
I believe it has been fixed. So if you have been
All right.
trying to call in and you would still like to, we still have time for another call or two. The phone number is 855-839-1210. That's 855-839-1210.
Exactly. So much stuff today to talk about. I mean, we got the Melania Trump announcement today.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's
That's huge. I mean, this is something that we are all, and the accusation that Trump is not for this. You think that Melania did this announcement without her husband knowing or approving? This is what Trump has wanted from day one. He has wanted the files to be released completely. And Pam Bondi is now, I mean, I personally think that as much as I thought Pam Bondi was going to be an awesome fit and solution, Trump fired her for a reason.
And the
And
people who said that Trump just, hires his friends, he did, but then he gets rid of them if they don't do the job. So, Thomas Massey, by the way, has been very quiet, and so is Will Tahana.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just incredible what's happening. By the way, one person is dead and 2 were injured after that parking garage under construction of the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia collapsed, and 2 workers remain missing. Wow. So they built this parking garage. It's on Grace Ferry Avenue. Right off the Schuylkill, you see it. So they build this for people to actually park there and then take a shuttle bus over. And there's a lot of traffic there. But the people are really, really, somebody dies in a parking garage.
we were just there not too awfully long ago where you had to do that. You had to park.
Yeah, because it's really that whole complex up there around 30th Street Station and all and it's mostly medical complex. Children's Hospital shop. It's a great area. I mean, it's expanding. You got the Schuylkill, what do they call that thing? Schuylkill Banks, Schuylkill Yard, no, something yards, not Camden Yards.
Tony, when you're talking about big buildings, something happened. Where was I going with that remark?
What, you're calling me?
No. You were talking about a big building collapsing. Something happened out in California yesterday that was a huge warehouse where some guy filmed himself setting the building on fire because he says he was upset that Pfizer didn't pay him enough. So this was a large.
And it's video of this.
Yeah, no, where is it?
Do you have a cut? I know it's University City, that's Grace Ferry technically, which is basically Southwest Philly, across the Schuylkill. That's the Grace Ferry neighbor, that's where I used to get my propane tanks with.
So it wasn't Pfizer, Kimberly Clark warehouse, and 29-year-old Kamal Abdul Karim,
White supremacist?
Yeah, filmed himself. Yeah, the warehouse is a tissue paper, so like toilet paper warehouse by Kimberly Clark. And he filmed himself setting a bunch of pallets on fire. The entire $1.2 million square foot warehouse burnt to the ground. And we have.
Dr. Fauci had nothing to do with it?
No, we have cut 8. I mean, how stupid are you? And he did this because he said that he was upset. He actually says it all in the video. Let's go to cut 8.
We may not get paid enough to f***ing live, but these bitches dirt cheap. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do, Kimberly Clark was had to do, all you had to do was pay us enough to live. There goes your inventory. There you go.
Wow. Imagine being that psychotic. We have no control over the audio, but later on the outer limits, we will control the horizontal and vertical portions of the program right now.
Not only, so he was upset that they didn't pay him enough. So rather than going out and getting another job, he is now going to end up many years in jail. There's going to be so many consequences. Other people who were working there have now lost their jobs. What an awful human being to do something like this. And then the stupidity on top of which to film it so that they immediately know who it was and they got him.
Well, yeah, he told everybody who he was.
Yeah.
But imagine that. Listen, I've worked in places where I didn't like organization, but I did my job. I didn't say, I'm going to burn this place down, because I don't like the job anymore.
That's insane. The entire building, all 1.2 million square feet of that building are burnt down to the ground. Just the outer walls now still exist.
By the way, here's one good story out of Seattle, other than the rain and the grunge and the people being miserable. A lawsuit has been filed to challenge Washington Governor Bob Ferguson's new income tax as unconstitutional. You know why? Because it is. This is the one where he wants to charge people to leave the state. Farmers, small business owners, and two of the state's most credentialed attorneys filed a lawsuit challenging the newly enacted income tax recently signed by Governor Bob Ferguson. The Citizens Action Defense Fund filed a complaint against Click-Attack County. How about that, Click-Attack County?
That's interesting.
Wow. I never clicked attack. I clicked attack. In Superior Court on behalf of individual taxpayers and organizations representing thousands of small businesses statewide. The suit seeks to invalidate the tax entirely and imposes a 9.9% tax on income above $1 million, while taxing everything below that at 0.
Wow.
So everybody who makes over $1 million gets taxed at 10%. But if you don't make $1 million, which probably, there's a lot of rich people in Seattle, it's not a lot of poor people, 0 taxes. That's unconstitutional, I think, Robin. And I like the tax. We have to break, right?
Yes.
We'll take a break. We'll come right back and wrap this baby up.
Wherever you go, whatever they get into, from chill time to everyday adventures, protect your dog from parasites with Credelio Quattro. For full safety information, side effects, and warnings, visit CredeliaQuattroLabel.com. Consult your vet or call 1-888-545-5973. Ask your vet for Credelio Quattro and visit quattrodog.com.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com and learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Barrier Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
Complaint this month.
And I quote, I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spin scheme. I implore you to pull back on the rewards granted from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. We should reward her. Maybe with a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Must be 21 plus. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Casino app.
When you're at a Hard Rock in Atlantic City, a good time is guaranteed. And now, the Hard Rock Casino app gives you a true guarantee each week, no matter where you're at in Jersey.
Everyone on the app gets new rewards every single Thursday. Legendary rewards like deposit matches, bonus spins, and more.
Just open up the Hard Rock Casino app and see what you get.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Offered by Federal Hard Rock Digital LLC. All rewards issued as non-withdrawable site credits. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey to play. That works your head, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Why does it feel like nobody really gives us the inside scoop? Join us on The Powers That Be, the podcast where insiders from PaRT break down who has influence, how they use it, and what it actually means for you. New episodes every weekday. Listen to The Powers That Be wherever you get your podcasts.
Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hproofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hproofs.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. If you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
You can listen to Talk Radio Gold and WPAC on the iHeartRadio app.
Let's try to get a quick phone call before we get out of here, Robin.
Yes.
Let's
Speaking
go
of coming
to,
and going, we're gonna go to the phone
who's
call.
on the line again now?
Elmer.
Elmer, not in Elmer, New Jersey, though. He's in the Philadelphia area.
Jerry
Jerry in Elmer.
Oh, yeah, I'm in the big city of Elmer, New Jersey. Hey, listen.
Love Elmer, New Jersey. I've been there. There's a diner in Elmer. We've been to that diner.
Oh, it's a Jersey diner. We love it too. Yeah, listen, the parking garage was not constructed. If they put it together, it comes in a kit. All the parts are made simply so they put it together and one part buckled, and that's what's happened. So
Wow. So, yeah, a lot of these buildings, all these buildings, they put the steel work up first, and then they have these, but the floors, though, that's the wall and the floors all on. Those are preformed also, but they are welded to the metal work. But I guess that's not the case, because this is an open garage, right, over there in Grace Ferry, in University City.
A lot of these parking garages are like, on a whole nother topic for another day. Do we just have women and children used as human shields to protect the bridge? When nobody said anything about it. Why is this not a story? And if they volunteer to do it, how many Americans will get on the wall with them to protect it? I don't think they would. So why wasn't this a story? This is an awful thing to make.
It is a story, but the media, the hate Trump media doesn't report on things. By the way, now the interesting thing, thanks for the call, I really appreciate it. You gotta run, but the one story that's funny is now that Donald Trump has basically taken an absolute blowtorch to all of the Tucker Carlsons and the other people that used to, even that
Kelly's and
what's the other guy?
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones, all the normal morons who were supporting Trump. Now that they've turned on him, Donald Trump is just taking a blowtorch to everything. And by the way, CNN now will hire all of those people and put them on a panel with.
Well, he just made it very clear that they are not part of the MAGA movement, and I think he did that so that people that are in MAGA can disassociate themselves and stop listening to them. That's really, really important, I think. Tony, we're gonna be back on tomorrow.
We're gonna be back on tomorrow from 3 to 6?
Yes, we will.
Oh, man, I'm psyched. We want to thank everybody who joined us, all the got great people in the studio, all the listeners. God bless you. Don't drink and drive. And Rich Yoli's next.
My name is Stevie.
And I'm Larry.
With Ring, we stopped a break-in on my phone. I got an alert and there were some suspicious guys looking at our house. I hit the siren, they took off.
With Ring, it's protected. Learn more at ring.com.
For those with type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you may be missing a hidden signal from your kidneys, an SOS for an increased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke. The mission? Detect the SOS. Start at detectthesos.com. Learn how a simple UACR urine test can help identify kidney damage early. Talk to your doctor about getting screened. Go to detectthesos.com to learn more about UACR urine testing today. Brought to you by Barrier Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
Our head of accounting here at Fanatics Casino has filed another complaint about how rewarding we are.
10th complaint this month.
And I feel it's my duty to bring to your attention the amount of winning that's going on with our fan cash spins game. I implore you to pull back on the rewards. Friend from accounting.
Appreciate her tenacity. We should reward her. Think of a nice fruit basket or something.
At Fanatics Casino, the house always rewards.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No purchase necessary. Void or rated. Lucky 21 bucks. Not available in all states. Terms of box. See Fanatics Casino app.
When you're at Hard Rock in Atlantic City, a good time is guaranteed. And now, the Hard Rock Casino app gives you a true guarantee each week, no matter where you're at in Jersey.
Everyone on the app gets new rewards every single Thursday. Legendary rewards like the Cabin Houses, bonus games, and more.
Just open up the Hard Rock Casino app and see what you get.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC. All awards issued as non-withdrawable and credits. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey to play. That was your bet, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your home should be the place you love the most. At High Point Roofing and Remodeling, they want you to fall back in love with your home. Established in Salem County, High Point is your hometown contractor for roofing, siding, doors, and windows. High Point has served thousands of satisfied customers. You talk, they listen, they deliver. Their motto, no games, no gimmicks, just expert work done right. Find them at hproofs.com for your next exterior home project. That's hproofs.com.
Hi, this is Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst, certified financial planner, and the host of the Jill on Money podcast. With the new year upon us, there's no better time to take control of your financial life, and the Jill on Money podcast is here to help. It's your questions that make it possible for me to provide unconventional and, I hope, entertaining insights on your money, more importantly, on your life. Follow and listen to Jill on Money wherever you get your podcasts.
If clutter's costing you time, fix it right away. Closet Factory designs and installs custom storage for closets, pantries, and home offices. Universal design consultation at closetfactory.com. Closetfactory.com.
The Family and Company Jewelers Veraccio Bridal Show is back for a limited time. Guests are invited April 16th through the 18th to explore the latest designs from Veraccio, including styles not yet available to the public. Attendees can find the ring of their dreams and enjoy special event pricing with savings of hundreds, possibly even thousands. Visit Family and Company Jewelers on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey. Appointments are encouraged. Reserve today at FamilyJewelers.com, South Jersey's diamond destination.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all, not one bill. Your focus is supporting this child. It's like the world is being lifted off of your shoulders.
Philadelphia, from the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive, 10 brands and 20 locations.
All right, we got 2 bag 6s left.